right, let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safer Liquid Beer for the podcast.
We ride again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Check-in, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello. It's not static, AM radio. It's the Play Alberta Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromala intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. The crack at 6 o'clock, I'm logging with some sirloin bites.
Oh.
6:05, great Thursday morning to you. Welcome back to another installment of the Nielson Show here on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Nielson Show presented by Weiss Johnston, EST presented by Play Alberta. Lieutenant Eric in. You're stuck with me for the next 2 days, but on a positive note, we're also joined by the one, the only, the man, the myth, the Edmontonian, the historian of all sport, not the drink, but the sports in Edmonton.
Drink the pink.
David, the Jamieson.
God, it's good to see you, my friend.
Great to see you.
Yeah, when did we last do a show? I was most recently in with Dustin.
Last year.
I see what you did there.
No.
Okay.
No, it's good to see you. You'll be here for the next 2 days. Dustin, of course, making his way this morning. I don't know if they've departed, but down south.
Boys trip,
Boys
right?
trip, Crow's Nest Pass, hockey tournament, Lethbridge tonight. They have a boys' dinner that his son Marshall is very excited about.
And there's a card show, I think, because I heard
stopping in
Dustin
Calgary,
talking about the yeah.
So they got a whole bunch of maybe even stopping in Nanton to see our traffic Pauline Higgins, who has
that's home base
shares in the candy store. Yeah,
Okay.
so lots of things to check off the list for Dustin and Junior. Marshall. Good luck, Marshall.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume they're listening. He would probably listen on the drive down.
Marshall's going to bring a level of truculence to the tournament, right? Like he's going to.
Well, he's going to be high on the hog because it's a boys' trip, and he gets to hang out with Dustin's boys. He'll grow a couple inches this weekend.
Oh yeah,
no doubt.
10 pounds.
This is one of those memorable. This is like if Dustin was a hunter and taking him on his first. It's akin to a hunting trip, but
Got
like
the bow and arrow in the back.
He'll learn a few life
going
lessons.
full Jason Moss.
Yep. If you are listening this morning, as Dustin Nielsen is, probably on 95.7 Cruise FM, great morning to you.
Variety of the Rocks.
Absolutely. You can also check us out on the iHeart app, the TuneIn Radio app, the source, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, or on the YouTube, which I think everything's clicking along. We had
subs. We're chasing subs.
Yeah, the intro, but YouTube Trev wrangled that, and we are chasing subs, not DOMs. We're looking for subs. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, maybe if you are a 95.7 Cruise listener, I mean, you might as well just get on all the platforms. That way, if we have multiple ways to get into your...
Oversubscribe.
Yeah, if one doesn't work one day, you can get on the other. So I think the visual accompaniment to the show has been great, and you might as well check it out, and you might as well subscribe. Edmonton Sports Talk on YouTube, and smash that thumbs up for Dave today, doing the Lord's work today and tomorrow.
Can I confess something right here? I've done this show a bunch of times, right? Come in and I'm the Cal Pickard of EST.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I've
Great in the
got the
room.
towel
Great
around
in
the
the
neck,
room.
and they go, hey, we could use you tonight, and I step in, and whether I give you 60 good minutes or not is up to you.
League minimum.
Yeah, exactly. I never know how to sort of incorporate the camera, the visual part of EST. I know, but play to the camera. Right?
No, you kind of look.
Kind of look off?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm only using one eye now, right? Because I've got cataract surgery.
We're both a little.
We're under it.
We were questionable to start today, I think,
Well,
but we're here.
yes.
We're like Drake May leading up to Super Bowl. Hey,
Why go there now?
well, we got a lot to go to
we do.
today,
Yeah, we
and
do.
we might even go to the tennis court, dare I say, and I know that
Our
people.
one and only acknowledgement of that
Trigger
sport
warning. Yeah,
until
well,
Wimbledon.
We're going to talk it.
Yes.
We're going to talk around the block today. But you can text anytime. I'll get to the jersey. I'll get to the Barracuda helmet is back on the desk.
Mm-hmm.
More on that to come. It was a dazzling night out at the Adunia AGM at Refinery Bar and Grill here on the west end of Edmonton. So I'll get to that. An emotional night for myself and the city of Birmingham, Alabama as well. But you can text us anytime. Paris Jewelers inbox. Number is 780-218-9999.
It's the Bling Box. It's the Bling Box. It's the Paris Jewelers Inbox. And they got lots of fancy, shiny things. Look at this, look at that. Not just for the ladies. They got jewelry for men, too. The Ring Box, the Bling Box. It's the Paris Jewelers Inbox.
Yes, not just ladies. Men can wear jewelry too. And as Dustin has been pointing out, Valentine's Day, Dave, is just around the corner, February 14th.
Yep.
You might as well get the jump on it now. Paris Jewelers. Flexible payment options such as do not pay for 1 year. You can check them out online, parisjewelers.com, or in any one of their Canadian and family-owned shops. West Ed, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park, and the St. Albert Centre. Of course, best text at 780-218-9999 will be awarded the Royal Pizza Text of the Day. Still making it great. Not just pizzas. Great wings, great baked pastas, the baked lasagna, you got to get it baked. The pasta, you can be too, but
Stoff recommendation is a Mediterranean chicken.
Yeah, but I like the Royal Special, no black olives.
I go with the, not that you asked, green pepper mushroom, and I've moved to a ham coming off the pepperoni.
I'll go with their ham. We had a staff meeting the other night. We had the meat lovers. It's all good. You can't really go wrong there. But it's even the spaghetti pasta there. The chef's gone mad or whatever. It's an interesting twist. But 780-218-9999. You could be off to Royal Pizza for text of the day. $20 in Royal Pizza creds on the line. Inbox filling up nice. Dex says, was McCord there? He was. Again, more on that. Bones says, the drive for two. Go Cudas. And that's... It'll be tough this year.
Cudas.
Well, when you sell the farm for a Diedrich Mills and you got a Nathan Rourke, you gave up a second-round pick. I have one pick in the next in 2 rounds. But
mortgage
sell out
the future for the now.
We're in the now. The fans need it.
Right, win now.
Burglar says, one Noah Philp on waivers again. Will the Oilers get him back today? We will go around the horn.
If that were a tweet, it would have eyes.
Yeah, well, we'll get thoughts on that. We'll go around the horn. Of course, YouTube Trev joining us as well, and we would be remiss without asking his thoughts on the Philp waiver claim or potential thereof.
Sup, boys?
Sup is welcome.
What's up? How's it going, Jamo?
Very good, Tube.
That's good. I missed you.
YouTube Trev, future of broadcasting.
Right here, baby.
Yes.
Feast your eyes. That's good. What's up, boys? How's it going, LT?
What? I like
the jersey. You're getting a lot of compliments on the jersey.
Yes, it's a championship jersey.
Yeah.
We'll have you get that you can zoom the camera in.
Oh,
I'll need a zoom here in a minute.
I'll zoom in on you.
Yeah, we'll have to get but
you're running out of real estate on that. I know. I know for the listeners on cruise, this isn't going to make a lot of sense probably, but you are covered. The jersey itself is adorned with patches, right, of previous winners.
Let's just get to this now. Then.
Okay, let's do it now.
This, the 6 o'clock hour seems like the zany time to kind of get to all that. Then we'll get to the business part of the show.
Of course.
The 7 and the 8 o'clock hours.
Tell
and
me when to zoom.
And more on that. Oh, just you can zoom whenever you want, but I mean, I don't mind the fact of you randomly zooming throughout the program on different without us knowing.
Like a drone shot.
Yeah. Hour 1-2 here is for Ewell, your power play specialist. Ewell has the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. You can order online anytime. Ewell.ca. That's EWEL, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. And Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen Studio is the home. 3-piece meal right now for just $8. Get it in ya. So last night, as many of you know, just going back, Matthew Iwanek, myself, my brother Lucas, and Scott McCord have been in a 4-man CFL Fantasy League, which celebrated its 10th season this past year. 10 seasons. And I know there's been imitation leagues that have sprung up from our
Except
grassroots.
no substitutes.
No, but this is the stuff.
Yeah.
And all of our teams are based off defunct American franchises. And my franchise for the longest time was based out of Memphis, the Mad Dogs.
Right.
Damon Allen, Joe Horn.
Eddie Davis. Was he Eddie? No. Hang on. Memphis. Did they have Shante Peoples? Or was that the Cudas?
Kudas. Yeah. Peoples, Dunnigan, Davis.
Okay.
It was a long slog in Memphis without a championship. Prior to last season, we decided to move. The moving trucks came in the middle of the night. We loaded up all the sleds.
You Baltimore colted it out of there.
And we hit the road from Memphis, moved to Birmingham, Alabama, Birmingham Barracudas. First season in Birmingham, and we get a championship. And it was won this past CFL season.
You're like the Avalanche leaving Quebec.
Yep, and there won't be any retro uniform nights or anything that we'll be doing. I'll tell you that much. We thank the good people of Memphis, but here's the Zoom part, Trev. Now, it's called the Dunya League, and it's named after a former Edmonton Eskimo, Dunya Whitehouse.
Yeah.
And this is the championship, right? Some people have little trophies, and they drink out of this and all that. No, we have an actual jersey, and this is and it's tight. And you said this is a game worn.
It is game worn. I can verify.
I know I
worked with them.
My arms are quite big. I do a lot of curls, but this is tight on the arm. You've got the shoulder, and it's tight down here too. But I just want to, if we could zoom in.
Real football jerseys are almost like a dress. Would you not agree?
Right here.
Trev, you coming? Oh yeah, baby.
My computer's a little. I know. I'm gonna put this down here, but I just want to show you all the patches of the championship teams, and right here.
Winners. Yes.
That's me, baby. That's the Birmingham Barracuda. Right there. See it? You got it on? It's good? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as you mentioned, it's filled up. It's like a European hockey kit.
Yeah.
And this is the last patch that'll be featured on the front. Next year, we take it to the back.
You move to the back.
Which will be the Dunya League saying for next season.
Nobody's saying it, so I will. That feels a lot like what inspired that jersey. You saw what Connor McDavid was wearing? That jersey that's made of all the other jerseys, hockey jerseys in Canada. Have you seen it? Looking a lot like that.
So I know somebody in the chat. I mean, truth be told, I am a Rough Riders supporter by heart. You can't fault me for that. I was born there.
Do you not have a tattoo?
Exactly. So that's why I don't mind donning this. I don't think anybody's ever worn this championship jersey. It's mostly hung up. I know Matty puts it on one of his mannequins at home. For when he won it, because he was the holder last year. I think my brother just tosses it in the closet when he wins it. I don't know what McCord, but no. So we had our AGM last night, Refinery Grill. It was a great night. Some real changes were proposed that got shut down. Matt argued with Luke. Luke argued with Matt. McCord sat there and drank, and it was a great night. Chicken tenders all around. Yeah. It was just well. Look, I'll just say a conch, I guess, for Birmingham and myself. Because I might as well treat myself here, and nobody else is going to do it for me. So I deserve this. I needed it, and I deserve it. Damn it!
And we live in a time when you should celebrate yourself.
I don't ask for a lot.
No.
So that's it.
That's okay. That's
so the
fine.
helmet's here today to celebrate the Barracuda.
Now we know what we're doing.
I got the jersey on. I'll be wearing it for the show. And again, it is extremely tight. My kidneys are kind of like it's tight at the bottom.
Oh yes.
These could all factor into Dunya sayings and billboards next year. But yeah. So can't wait. Sold the farm again. No picks. I'm pretty much toast next season.
Rick, you're the kind of GM that if I were in sports,
and owner. CEO, COO, GM owner.
Yeah. Just all in, win now, there is no process. Fair?
What are we doing? Just win,
Gather
baby.
the biggest names, jam them together, put them in the same colored outfit, and hope that they win. And they did.
Yeah.
You don't need analytics.
This text comes in, second ever, unsigned. Morning, guys. I know how Belichick wasn't voted into Hall of Fame.
Okay, give it
The
to me.
question was a double negative and was just misread. I don't know what that text... we'll get more on Belichick on the football theme as well. I know you have a couple of hot takes you want to spin about that.
Hot they are, but yeah, okay.
Ice cold.
Sure.
No, he's got to work his way in. This is an astute club, and he did some things that
There's like
rubbed people the wrong way. So you got to take your... I think it's a penance to get into the Hall now.
It's not the good guys' hall.
Mm-hmm.
A hall, a gathering of people that are nice. He did a lot of winning.
Yes, one of Maddie's mannequins. I said that in the assumption that he's got many.
Well,
that was the point there.
And your listeners clearly know Awanek. They've seen inside those empty eyes of his that he could be the kind of guy that would have mannequins at home.
Abutsky says, number 14, ham and fresh tomato for me these days.
Okay.
At the Royal Pizza menu.
Very nice.
Let's get to the show here as it stands. As mentioned, 6 o'clock hour, as you know, little fun, fancy, free. If you have any conch requests, get them in 780-218-9999 or the nasty chat. We'll have to, Trev, if you can keep an eye on the nasty chat. If somebody has some breaking news or a real serious not to say all your messages aren't serious, but doing this, I kind of to go through. I don't read. Most days I read every single message in there to myself.
And you don't
I
share
don't
them?
read them. No, well, I don't need to, but I've got a very keen eye on the chat, which today I
you
won't
keep
be
an
as
eye
much.
on the chat, and Dusty reads liners.
Radically Canadian Fantasy Football, Smith TM14. I'll get away from the chat because I have to do this now. But a good 6 o'clock hour, as mentioned. Dunya, we'll recap the night in sports. Obviously, morning announcements here. We'll get fired up later on this hour for Gemco Fireplaces. A couple places I want to go there, and they have to do with EST specifically in discussing our majors, our parties, our get-togethers, our social functions. Two very important ones coming up.
Because you guys have signature events, right?
We do, yeah. We like to get out there, and we like to have fun. We like to let the hair down.
Nasty
But
boys.
Scotty's is on right now. We got our fun spiel coming up Saturday, and of course the big Super Bowl bash. So I just want to touch on those, and we'll do that later on in the hour. Hours 2 and 3 on the show today, a little more business, especially hour 2, as we'll be joined by Bruce Boudreau. He will be our hockey insider analyst. We'll go over of course, it is game day. Oilers Sharks, first blush at the Sharks.
Lest we forget.
Yep. Mac, return of the Mac, Lynn Celebrini.
Man, I don't know how many of our listeners have watched a lot of the San Jose Sharks. I mean, I'm sure you're getting highlights, as you would. Macklin Celebrini is a sight to behold. He's going to Milano, Cortina, or whatever we're calling the Olympics.
Good hockey player. Yeah.
Oh,
And Klingberg back in the building.
and Vinny Desharnais and Jeff
Well,
Skinner. Skinner, are they all in tonight?
Desharnais and Klingberg.
That was a good question.
Okay.
I think Skinner, is he not injured? He might be injured.
I think Skinner is out right now.
Yeah.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Doesn't he want to?
And Sherwood is not playing yet for them.
No.
Since the trade.
No.
Okay.
He might get flipped again. I was reading.
Come on now.
But Will Smith will be in the building tonight.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So look forward to that. We'll have more on the Sharks. So of course, we'll set that up as the show goes on. Phil, we'll touch on that. I know the Roslovic discussion is still kind of red hot as well. So all of that, we'll all serve it up to Bruce Boudreau. And if you have any wrestling questions for Bruce, I know, look, I'm more of an Attitude Era guy, ECW. I don't really care about modern day wrestling. But if I know there's a lot of fans out there, if you want a specific question for Bruce pertaining to the Royal Rumble or anything like that, please fire them away, 780-218-9999 or in the nasty chat. Play Alberta Early Bird as well. We'll take a look at that. I'll also be hosting alongside you tomorrow and doing the Lock Shop with Matt Iwanek.
Oh.
So I look forward to that. We'll be
No Huss?
No, he's in Costa Rica right now. He has an annual trip down to
Staying at Naylor's place? That is as inside a joke as
he has a
you can get.
property on every island, does he not?
Yes,
down
he
there?
does.
Except
And then
for
he
one,
shares
but
it with it on X.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
available for 2 weeks.
down in Belize,
Yes.
or whatever it is. Play Alberta, we'll get to that. I got beef, 7:30. If you have any beefs, I got a beef from last night as well from the AGM. Might be a little selfish, but we'll get to that. And if you have any beefs, get them in. We'll read them.
Aren't beefs inherently selfish anyhow?
Yeah, I know, but I don't like...
At their core?
I hate complaining, generally, and so we're living pretty good. It's tough
if you
to
don't
have a beef.
complain, then you don't get change.
The greasy or the noisy squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Wheel.
Yeah. So maybe I'll get some grease. Reid Wilkins, of course, will join us as he does every Thursday. He texts me when Dustin's not in. He says, "Do you still want me?" And I said, "If we can still get you, Reid." And he says, "Yes."
If available, Reid.
Well, that's what I said. Yeah, and so he'll be joining us too. He's always got a beef as well. We'll touch on the Oilers. Want to go some Elks as well. Of course, the free agency window approaches.
No Tim White.
Off the market, and no Keyshawn Johnson.
Nope.
The K-E Sean, not K-I Sean.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Keyshawn Johnsons to. It's like it's the CFL's answer to Elias Pettersson. Okay, now you got a couple of them in the league.
Yes.
You have to remember
and
which
there's
one's
a Kobe Bryant playing in the NFL. And I get confused for no reason at all.
No. So we'll go there with Reid. Little football, little hockey, and whatever else pops into his mind. Kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. Of course, we're looking to keep the streak alive. You're going to provide the questions today. I don't know if you've... I think
I've got 4 or 5 already.
You've left the 3 blank.
Yep.
Perilously. See what comes up during the show. Yeah.
See what evolves.
Test people's listenership.
Yeah.
3 questions as well. We'll be sending you Mr. Mike's for kind of easy trivia, whoever wins that. Orange and Blue Breakfast to get you set for Oilers and Sharks, of course, without Dustin here today. I was thinking, too, we usually have Scalding Hot Takes on Thursday. Did we not, Trev, used to have the... We compete for the mitt, in which I'm the holder right now, but we used to have like the intercontinental belt of the pot holder.
Yeah, we did have that.
And who's holding it? Do we know where that is?
I don't know. We lost that
because when one of us wasn't here, it'd be a one-off between 2 people.
Yeah.
And that kind of went,
and then it kind of
fizzled away. Got to put more respect on the pot holder, the intercontinental belt.
We stole that from the last place.
Yeah.
Just the kitchen there.
It was battle worn.
Oh,
it was like
gross.
the hardcore championship.
You think this mint is gross? So that was gross. That was stains. It stunk.
Yeah, but
just rotten.
Well, but you can get inside of this mitt. You can't get inside of the pot holder.
That is true. Yeah.
The stories that this mitt has.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's seen some crimes committed.
Well, if one of Dusty or I are holding it the week of February 22, it's coming to Mexico.
Well, and that's coming up. That
would be another adventure for old Mitt.
Everyone's had to go at that mitt.
It's starting to come unfeathered in the finger here too. I wonder what that's from. But Orange and Blue Breakfast, Oilers, Sharks, no hot takes. Maybe we'll do some cold takes.
Cold takes?
Switch it up a bit.
Okay.
What is the cold soup? Gazpacho?
Yeah. Gazpacho takes.
Gazpacho takes.
Sure, yeah. We'll have a big old bowl of that. But yeah. And then the Marmot Basin Snow Report and the wrap for William Huff, all still to come in hour number 3. 780-218-9999. Tube Socks texts in. How about a conch for the hosts and creative team behind What Were We Saying? I
was just asking about them.
Whose second episode drops, Dave, tonight on YouTube. So we would be remiss.
Is that a weekly sort of episodic thing? Yeah.
So check them out tonight. I believe 7 o'clock. What were we saying?
Live.
7 Mountain. Keep me up to date there, Tube Socks. But the potholder needed a level 5 refurbishment, Scalding Gourd says. Yeah, I don't know where it is. It's too bad, but anyway. So anyways, Noah Philp. Trev, what? Is he back in Oilers silks?
Well, apparently it got debunked anyway.
Yeah.
Tommy texted us. He said the Oilers don't have any interest in bringing him back.
But would you?
Would I? Probably not.
Okay.
Nah.
I have a question, and broadly, it doesn't apply to every player that leaves Edmonton. Is it unique to Edmonton and Oiler fandom that when someone like Philp or Evander Kane, or Corey Perry, they go for different reasons, an Oiler fan goes, I wonder if we can get him back. Is there a chance to undo that?
Well, were you surprised when they...
A little bit.
Were you surprised that he was claimed?
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that at all. I think it's more just a shot at the Oilers, just try and hurt them. It was kind of a positional need. The Oilers are a little bit desperate for center roles, especially in the bottom 6. So, I mean, if I'm a GM and I'm like, they're already pretty thin, I'm going to hurt them. This doesn't really help me out, but I know it's going to hurt them more.
Sure.
So I feel like that's where the logic was, and a little bit of injury problems that the Hurricanes were having as well. But I mean, like, the scouting report, I'm sorry, there's not much of a scouting report on Noah Phil.
No, he doesn't have a huge body of...
No.
But that's the reality.
Former Golden Bear.
Only played...
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. And I think he only played 2 games for the Hurricanes as well. So, I'm not surprised.
And I mean, Curtis Lazar is doing what he's doing. Josh Szymanski, I thought he had a pretty. We haven't. But you could. So yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a need. I mean, if we move on. I just wanted to get your personal.
Yeah.
If you're.
It sucks.
Big
I know.
guy.
I remember when he signed this summer. Reid Wilkins had him on the show. Mm-hmm. I loved what he had to say. I thought he was. I thought he did his job. But I think right now there's just players that I'd probably put ahead of him. And I don't know. Even when I feel like the organization, like, he scored in Game 2 of this season against the Canucks. I thought he looked pretty solid all preseason. And for whatever reason, they do what they do. They just don't play him. So, I don't know. There might be something I don't see, I guess.
But didn't Derek Ryan, I think, was on with Stoff yesterday.
Okay.
And there's a guy that knows whereof he speaks when it comes to guys in the bottom 6 and players that are in and out and how to make meaningful contributions. And I'm paraphrasing, but I think it was something along the lines of, either the way the Oilers approach these things or the way they're constructed is guys in that group don't have enough opportunity to really get locked in and to fully develop the roles because, maybe it's because the Oilers have, 2 of the best players on the planet, if not the 2 best players on the planet, and their top 6 being what it is, they just don't get a chance to carve out meaningful roles for long enough.
Yes.
So guys like a Noah Philp, who probably could be a very useful NHLer, just can't get traction.
Yeah, and just to quickly touch on that, I think you're spot on there, Jamo. When I'm not going to say that this team was better without Draisaitl, but when Draisaitl, he headed home for family reasons, they shut out the Canucks, they shut out the Blues, and in those 2 games,
they forced their hand.
I'm sorry, in those 2 games, they rolled the lines. They're like, okay, here's lines 1, go out there, and then here's 2, and then here's 3, and then there's 4. Okay, back to line 1. When Draisaitl is here, they don't do that. So the bottom 6 guys, they don't have a role. Like, they're barely out there. And especially if the other team is getting as many penalties as they did the other nights, like the double minor, they don't play till almost 12 or 8 minutes into the second period. Like, they got heavy skates going out there. And what do you expect them to do, right? So it's a tough role, especially for a player in Noah Philp who's just trying to figure out that game. He's not going to figure out that game with limited minutes.
Like an NHL vet, like a Derek Ryan or a Corey Perry, who pick guys, who have been around. They've played up and down and all through the lineup. They can figure out how to make 6 minutes impactful or 8 minutes. But a young player starting out, they're still trying to fathom what the NHL game is on every level. Corey Perry knows exactly how things are going to, and I'm using him as an obvious example of somebody who's been at the very highest. And now at a point in his career, he goes, what do you need? 7, 8 minutes?
Well,
sure,
that's what we're seeing with Curtis Lazar now, albeit not seen the success that Corey Perry has had, but he knows what he has to do, and he's fine with that. I do wonder now, and I'm high on him, but the handling now of Josh Szymanski moving forward, and if it's just going to be the same old thing, or if we see, a little more from him. But your thoughts on that, 780-218-9999. Nielsen Show will continue here. We'll hit a quick sports update with YouTube Trev. If you are listening, 95.7 Cruise FM. Quick break, little traffic from the one and only Pauline Higgins, and we'll be back afterwards, wrapping up our number 1 sports update brought to you by Paramount Flooring. This January, Paramount Flooring wants to give you more with free premium underlay included with any in-stock carpet purchase. Are you ready to treat your feet?
Hell yeah.
Well, visit us in store or online, paramountflooring.ca.
Okay.
Trev's got the update.
The Oilers look to win their first 3-game winning streak of the season when they welcome in Macklin Celebrini and the San Jose Sharks tonight at Rogers Place. This one gets going at 7 o'clock. Be sure to tune into the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Tom Gazzola and Benny Thompson. Coverage starts at 6. 14 other games around the NHL tonight. The Jets take a trip to Tampa to take on the Lightning. Avalanche are in Montreal facing the Canadiens. The Flames clash with the Wild. Maple Leafs battle the Kraken, and the Canucks go head-to-head with the Ducks. Last night in the NHL, the Senators defeat the Avalanche 5-2, who have now won the Avs have now lost 3 of their last 4. Simon Holmstrom notched 3 points in the Islanders' 5-2 win over the Rangers. And the Jackets have won their last 3 after defeating the Flyers 5-3. In the WHL, the Oil Kings were in action last night, falling 5-2 to the Calgary Hitmen. They continue their road trip when they take on the Moose Jaw Warriors tonight. Puck drop for that one at 7 o'clock. Over to the hard court where the Raptors get pumped 119-92 to the Knicks, snapping their 4-game win streak. They hit the court again tomorrow, taking on the Magic. 8 other games last night, including the Cavaliers smoking the Lakers 129-99, and the Spurs improving to 32-15 with a 111-99 win over the Rockets. 8 games scheduled tonight in the association. Over at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts, where the Skurlik Rink fell to Manitoba 8-4, and Sturmay's Rink came on top of Newfoundland and Labrador 11-6. Both teams scheduled for 2 more games later today, starting at 9. An opening round action begins at the Farmers Insurance Open, where Brooks Koepka is set to return after joining LIV back in 2022. Tee-off begins at 10 this morning. The Sports Update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. This January, Paramount Flooring wants to give you more with free premium underlay included with any in-stock carpet purchase. Are you ready to treat your feet? Visit us in-store or online at paramountflooring.ca. From YouTube Trev, you're up to date.
Mommy!
We just were trying to use our eyes. Using our eyes.
Daddy!
Goes back to using our eyes.
Mommy! Daddy!
Using our eyes. We're not worried about trade deadlines.
You can see it in his eyes.
We just tried to use our eyes.
I've got a relationship with Woody that goes back to 2005 when Mike Babcock hired him as a video coach for the Detroit Red Wings.
I could see it in her eyes.
You know when Connor's hungry, you can see it in his eyes.
Eyes?
You can see it in his eyes.
We just were trying to use our eyes.
You got snake eyes!
Horse eyes dialed in.
I'm telling you, this is absolutely incredible.
And get on with the training.
Vincent.
Eyes. Eyes. We just tried to use our eyes.
6:36. You're riding with Lieutenant Eric and Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen here on a Thursday installment of the Nielson Show. Nielson Show, as always, presented by Weiss Johnston and Train. Get a new furnace, AC, anything like that, giving you problems. Get in touch. Weiss Johnston will help you out and get you where you need to go. Of course, EST title sponsor Play Alberta. Play Alberta early bird of the day coming up later on in hour number 2. And yes, Loom Tunes. That was a Jay Woodcroft Eyes remix. I went snooping around in our files from way back when, and I forgot that I did this, but it was a play on the Dallas Aikens Hungry Eyes remix and the Jay Woodcroft special. Should have had this going when the Ducks were in town early in the week, but whatever. I mean, we heard it there. And a few snippets from his time on Littlest Hobo there that we all were quite giddy about back in the day. So,
God, remember how we fell in love with Coach Jay? Remember when he gripped the podium and delivered those?
He was very memeable.
Oh, for sure.
But then the other morning after the Ducks game, somebody called him an annoying wiener or something like that. So
what on the text line?
Yeah. Look, if you're not here, if you're not with us, You're against us.
You're against us.
Conch for Woody and all the brilliant material he provided over the years. Got a few more of those in the... we'll run that again. Maybe once per hour today.
Sure, if you must.
It's a good one. I don't mind it. 780-218-9999 is the number to text. Paris Jewelers inbox. Valentine's Day around the corner. Don't wait. Go see them today. Do everything you need to do. Get it done ahead of time. You don't want to be rushing last minute. ParisJewelers.com. And of course, text of the day, $20 to Royal Pizza is on the line. Scalding Gourd texts in. Dave in the house is like having Wise Owl come in and help Eeyore and Piglet when Winnie the Pooh is missing. So he's kind of characterized all of us. Dustin is Winnie.
Yes.
With the pantsless type of thing. He's kind of got the...
Yeah, he's got that look.
I would be Eeyore, I guess. Piglet over there doing the sports update.
Can I just a visual thing? I'm looking at YouTube. I'm looking at Tubus, and it looked with that bland backdrop, no backdrop. It looks like he's at the DMV getting his license taken.
No, we've talked about getting a background there, and we will. Yeah. But all that I want as a background is like a measuring. Like, you know how they have? So they could tell his height. And that's it. So to really kind of get that DMV feel.
And they do that so if he commits a crime.
Sure, then we know.
And the police come in and they say, how tall was the man?
Yeah, he's 4'5" sitting down.
Yes.
Yes. What about standing up? We don't know. Just sitting down.
Wingspan?
Yeah. Zach's still 7'5". Yeah. Sitting down. Yeah. What else we got here? We're going to get to Fired Up here in a couple of minutes. I wanted to touch on a couple of EST events coming up that I'm personally fired up on. Not to say that I'm not fired up on all the EST events. We got the mixer in the summer at the St. Albert Rugby Club, the Nasty Bash, which is always a good time.
Yep.
The golf tournament, speaks for itself. Everybody loves to golf. I don't golf, but I still have a hell of a time out there at the Ranch Golf and Country Club. That will be going on again. Of course, the Esties, the award show to wrap everything up later on in the fall. But a couple of big whoppers coming up here in the next couple of weeks that we'll touch on in a matter of minutes. But just Tube Socks once again. Thursdays, 6:30. That's tonight, 6:30. What Were We Saying podcast. You can find that on YouTube. The second episode with listeners Tube Socks and Big Uke. 6:30 Mountain Standard Time, he says. He also says, Maddie has my designs for the backdrop should anyone ever choose to get it installed. So he's handed this off. It's now...
Oh, so the file is
Maddie's
sitting
fault.
in our inbox.
Yeah, well, it's Matt.
Just Maddie.
The guy's got nothing to do.
Dropbox, right? It's sitting there, and now it's to get it off to Huff for printing.
He likes to put things on the back burner.
Oh, does
you know
he
this,
ever?
Dave,
Hey, I looked through glass at a Wannock staring, often blankly, back
like
at me. Well, yes, like you, Trev. And so to hear you guys say that he puts things off, he does give you a lot of finger pistols, and I'm on it. Yeah. Or I'm getting to it.
Yeah, but it's the old walking around annoyed fast. Gives you the illusion that he's got nothing going on.
No time to talk.
Yeah, right. Organizing a bond spiel and it's
very busy.
Is it fair to say that the new podcast with the guys is an offshoot of EST? Could you guys in fact be the parents of it?
I don't want to get it.
Spawn? They are a spawn?
I do believe friends of EST, which I don't know what that will. I don't want to say stuff, but
Forrest.
Yeah.
Or a spawn.
No, they're good guys. And so tune in tonight, second episode, Tube Socks Big Uke, 6:30, YouTube, What Were We Saying podcast. Well, let's get to Fired Up right now because since we're kind of on that topic, might as well, and give it some time to let it breathe a bit. Sure. It all kicks off this Saturday, 4 o'clock, Shamrock Curling Club. Now, this is one of those events, too, that if you didn't get in, if you aren't on a team, pop by. Having a beer at a curling club, you can go. You have your hockey rinks, you have your patios at the golf. Going down to the Vic in the summer, you got the river and everything. That's. Yeah. But going to a curling club in winter, and I think Saturday is supposed to be pretty nice if you want to get out and get around.
Would unite our country.
Yeah.
Beers at a curling.
At a curling club. But Shamrock Curling Club is where it's at. And it is the EST Fun Spiel. And it is presented by Hammer Injury Law. They are the sponsors of that. Rick Mallett and Hammer Injury Law. Serious injuries need a hammer, Dave.
Hammer time.
Visit hammerinjurylaw.ca or call 1-855-98-HAMMER.
That number again.
1-855-98-HAMMER.
Again.
1-855-98-HAMMER.
That number one more time.
Hammered into you. But it's good that Rick Mallett and Hammer Injury Law have jumped onto the fun spiel because, of course, in curling, one of the terminologies when you have last shot stone is the hammer.
Well, so you got the hammer coming home, which I've always liked.
Yeah, coming home.
Yeah.
So the fun spiel this Saturday, and I'm just going to go over, I know Maddie sent out a big email, but once again, if you aren't participating in this event, feel free to pop by. Tilt one back. Shamrock is a... Shall we say, I went to the Avon Air Curling Club once upon a time, myself, Ryan, and my brother Lucas, and with our hair and everything, and they don't really like it was, it was like going to a league, like, you get to, what are you doing here type of.
The Blue Blazer crowd.
You needed a patched in.
Yes.
But the Shamrock is a fun place, and we thank everybody at the Shamrock again for hosting this, 9330 80th Avenue. Registration after 2:30 Saturday, which is good. Some bond spiels, you got to wake up at the crack of dawn and it's an all-day thing, but this gets going in the afternoon. 2:30 registration. Maddie's got some welcome packages. You saw he's got all that. He did something. He can't get a background for Trev, but he's got the welcome packages ready. There'll be a quick safety tutorial. I know some people are new to the sport. If you just want to kind of get your feet wet, that goes from about 3:15 to 3:30. Following the registration. The games get underway at 4 o'clock. There'll be concession there as well. We're going to have supper from Drift Food Truck. That's at 7. But games get underway at 4 o'clock. And they're 3 end games. And they just go boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Quick succession.
3 points for a win, 1 point for each end one. And you get a point for a tie as well, max 6 points per game. So games are at 4, games are at 5, games are at 6. You want to come watch all 3, feel free. You want to come for 1, that's what it is, 4, 5, 6. Then 7 o'clock, we have the supper, Sub-Zero Mechanical HVAC, presenting that. We thank them for that. 8 o'clock, semis. 9 o'clock, final. Following the finals, there'll be a quick awards presentation. Again, by that time of the day.
Often emotional.
Well, and we'll be all a little liquefied and loose.
Yep.
You're feeling good, right? Mm-hmm. There's a 50-50 draw as well. Proceeds of that go toward the Heavy Hockey Showdown, which goes March 14th. Great cause. We're proud to partner with them. But proceeds of the 50-50 goes to that in support of SACE. Via the Edmonton Sports Talk Give Back funds. So that's good. 3 for 5, 10 for 10, arm's length for 20. I love how we're doing the arm's length. Bringing that, because usually now it's all online. Like, I had like a 50-50. Oh, you got to scan the thing, whatever. No, stretch out the arm. We got the tickets. You can.
Yes.
So if you got really long arms, I mean, this is an event for you because you're more likely to win. Like if your wingspan is just gigantic.
I know our entire lives are now dictated by QR codes, but you give me an arm's length.
I need the physical 50-50. We're all online, but physical, nothing beats it. So 50-50, we got door prizes as well. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the Oilers taking on the Wild Saturday night. I do believe an 8 o'clock, second half of the hockey night in Canada. So we'll have that going on.
Scott Oak.
Yeah, we'll have the GCL Diesel pre and post live from the Shamrock. I do believe we'll be operating live from there. So, yeah, come for the curling. Stick around. The hockey should be a hell of a game. The boys will be doing the show live from there. So it's going to be great. It's going to be a fun day. If you've never been out before and you're not participating, pop on by, swing by, buy some 50-50s, get involved, shake some hands. And it's always fun to be at a curling club on a Saturday in the winter, tilting a few back.
I have curling in my blood. My late mother was a very, very competitive curler in BC. Was the skip of an 8. They had an 8-ender, right? Which rare, very rare. What are the in-turn, out-turn? It's been a long time since I threw a rock.
Yeah, are you right-handed? Eh?
Yes, right-handed. Coming out of the hack is the hard thing to master, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, or staying upright in general.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
okay, yes. No, I'm just trying to refresh myself.
It's a slippery game, Dave. Played on ice.
The pebbled surface.
The pebbled surface, indeed. No, they outturn and then the in-turn.
Yeah, they outturn.
I curled with Trev and his papa last year. We were on a team.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah, it's too bad we didn't.
But you'll be curling with
Gager.
Okay,
yeah,
and then two listeners. Do we know the listeners, or
no.
It's going to be a surprise?
Apparently, they curl. They're younger. Good. They're younger, and they've got a history of curling.
A couple of ringers.
Yeah.
So. Does Gage have a history of curling?
No.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
But yeah, he gets it. So it'll be fun. Lots
He's an athlete. He
bonding
was an
time.
elite athlete.
Oh,
So Gage would be able to look at something
It's second
and
nature.
quickly ascertain, yeah, I got it.
Oh yeah, he picks up.
I got
quick.
it. Yeah.
It'll be awesome. I can't wait. Speaking of hammered,
It's like Bo Jackson in a lot of ways.
Gagers like Bo Jackson.
Yeah, just like nothing can't do.
Oh yeah,
Multi-sport. Yeah.
Exactly.
super humble.
5-tool guy.
Yep.
Yeah,
We'll have.
best. I love him.
I'm proud to welcome Jason Milne onto our team. I'll be curling with
that'll
my
be
wife,
fun.
my wife, and a friend of hers
I'm picking up Milne.
The adhesive guy.
for the day.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's.
Yeah, he's like Ubers
You're the
don't-
DD, eh?
Yeah, he's like Ubers don't come out to my neck of the woods, and so I'm like, I'll come pick you up.
So you got to drive?
Where
Yeah,
does he
I would
live?
suggest meet at a neutral spot, and then the two of you can
I'll probably
card on.
Portage
drive
in.
there and then Uber home.
Leave it home. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
What do you mean Ubers don't come out to where he
lives.
resides?
Oh, he's out in
town.
the sticks. He's got
Oh, yeah.
a gated type of.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah. You can't
yes.
go on the property.
nice hot tub
Yeah. Trev's been out there.
Gotcha.
several
Okay.
times. So yeah, I'll be picking up Milne,
Yeah.
and that'll be good. But I can't wait. I can't wait to just bond with all the nasties.
It's a fun day.
Fun. The food.
Are you?
last year's
Does
food.
your team have a theme, or will you guys be dressing in any sort of? No, we're gonna go. I still have
Period
to,
costume.
well, I tell Jason Milne we're going to do a retro sports, like an old sports sweater. I know he's probably got a Golden Bears or something, and then an old sports hat.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to wear
could
too.
help you out.
You don't want to be in full like Batman with the cape, and then you're kind of all over the place. But it's keeping with the sports theme, and I think that's maybe you and Gage can come up with something.
Yeah, maybe I
last second.
actually I haven't thought about it, but I'm sure I could send some ideas his way.
Yeah,
I'd like that.
tuxedos,
Yeah, something. Yeah. Well, Gager's funny.
sliding down the pebble. Hey,
Neon tights.
now
Seen
we're
those?
talking.
Let's not
now we're
push it.
talking.
Oh, okay.
Well, Savage the plumber was in
That's
tights
what-
last.
yeah,
they
they
had
did
they had,
something
they
like
had a
that,
good
right?
uniform going. And then of course there was the Halud crew, Normology and the boys, Grump. They were all dressed up as
awesome.
Tombstone.
Yeah, I guess it's been a year. So the song,
Yeah.
the Halud Crew.
No, can't wait. It's going to be a good time. Once again, Shamrock Curling Club this Saturday. Registration after 2:30. Games get underway at 4. Of course, you can join us. You can't, if you are just wandering in, the supper, that's been all allotted. Ticket. You can't just show up and feel like you're just going to get a supper. There'll be a concession there. But the supper, that's all taken care of. We've all signed off for that. So you can't, not promising you a meal or anything, but you can just show up, have a beer or two, and enjoy yourself there. The second part of getting fired up today for Gemco Fireplaces, Dave, and I just want to remind you, they proudly served Edmonton and area for 45 years. The authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces, gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need, available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. I don't like this week. I've never liked the week off for this with between Championship Sunday and the Super Bowl.
Oh, why
I
is that?
just because
Too much?
Let's just get to it.
Yeah, but
I
you've
just-
got,
I
a
hate
bill
the whole-
already.
You've got Bad Bunny, right, to look forward to.
Well, and we will. I know Jasmine's very hot and horny about that.
Of course,
particular. Well, no, but just like I'm saying in a
Yes, I know in a good way.
yeah. Her and Hernan are going to be on the dance floor cutting a rug during that. But other than that, it's a Super Bowl, and I mentioned this to Dusty yesterday. You know, Dave, that I'm a Bills fan.
Sure
I
do.
kind of,
Joe Davis.
yeah, I kind of prefer not having though. Like, of course, you want your team to win the Super Bowl, and that's all fine and good. But a Super Bowl like this, when it's the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks, I think most people, it's the fan bases that annoy them more. I don't know how Drake May or Mike Vrabel can annoy you much right now. I mean, as a Bills guy, I don't want to see the Pats win because it's a divisional
course,
thing.
I
and
understand.
and then, of course, if you're a fan of the Niners or whatever, I mean, the Seahawks could win a Super Bowl in a rival stadium as well. So there are things on the line here. And I know people in the past have had their opinions on the 12s and the whole Legion
They're
of Boom.
cloying.
Yeah.
That's and listen, I'm a West Coaster.
Yes.
And so I would be inclined, if my 49ers are not in it, to pull for the Seahawks. But I get it. The 12s thing kind of
You
lands
can't
heavy.
have them win the chip on your own in
Well,
Santa
no.
Clara, California.
Exactly.
But both of these teams, the hatred comes from like a different. That era's coming. There's no Legion of Boom
But
anymore.
they,
There's no.
They live in the residue.
Sure.
Of those reputations,
Yeah.
right? That you're stained, if you will, in a good way, I would suggest, by your past success.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, these are not Belichick's
But
Patriots,
it wasn't
although
50 years
Vrabel's
ago.
a product of it.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I get all of that part. But my question about Bills Mafia is, You think Bills Mafia could process what being a champion is like? Like, I don't know a fan base that sort of seems least prepared or less prepared than Buffalo Bills fans for what could come or should have happened. Like, if that day were to come and there's Josh Allen and whoever else.
Joe Brady.
Joe Brady, Joe Barnes. And they're hoisting the trophy, the Lombardi. Could you handle it? Really?
Well, that's... And being where we're going to be, and so to get into this, Selly's Sports Bar and Lounge, Central Casino, Fort Road, I do believe that all the tables have been booked. But again, much like the curling event, it is a large place. There is a restaurant behind it, beside it type of thing. You can show up. Don't bring a party of 12 and expecting a table, but if you want to roll in there solo, lots of places to sit at the wood or stand
like
or whatever.
Aussie?
Doing the Super Bowl party like we have over the past 2 years, you show up, everything's nice. They got the nice... I mean, once the first quarter is over, people start moving around. Then it gets like... We don't all just sit there and enjoy and then, okay, it's done. And so it gets a little...
There's some migration.
People get up and move around, and it's So, yeah. So, if that's keeping away, if you didn't get a table or whatever, if you do have a big party, I mean, I can't really help you there, but... Come on down, Sully Sports Bar and Lounge, Central Casino, Fort Road. Great staff, great food, lots of TVs. You won't be tilting your head like a goon. You can kind of watch the game and the halftime show for wherever you're seated in the room. Then, of course, you got the casino, the machines, the tables, the whole bit. I mean, it's a great day. And if you want, you can even rent a room with the hotel, as we did one year. You can sleep it off, and you got the free heated underground parking, 2 levels. It's a one-stop shop. So... What I'm saying is I'm fired up about the curling tournament, the fun spiel this Saturday, and very fired up about the Super Bowl party at Sully's, but I just wish it was sooner. And as Big Uke points out in the Nasty Chat, we will be there. The football will be very secondary at the Super Bowl party. And that's, I don't know if any Seahawks, I mean, they all walk among us. I know that there's a few guys, Pats fans. Mm-hmm. Holler if you hear me. Yeah. And I know I had a gentleman join me for a few Pats games during the season. And that's fine. You cheer, root for your team. But I just don't know how much of that fandom we're going to have there, as opposed to other years when it's been like Eagles or I know that there's been a few Chiefs fans joining us too. But anyways, wear your colors, do what you want. I am now fully in on the Seahawks, though.
Oh, I have you.
I've bought in. Sam Darnold
throwing on one of those jerseys. Oh,
whatever. It's a great story.
Feel good.
It is.
Of all of this.
And Drake May will have his time, I think. They're just getting that thing going. And I mean, they had an easy schedule all year long.
Will be coach of the year. If he's not, then that's another travesty.
Easiest playoff path in NFL history to get to where they... Yeah,
true.
I mean...
Can't deny that.
So...
They don't ask how.
Yeah, I'll be at 12. I'll be at a lowercase 12. And it should be, again, it kind of going to hate watch the game. But with Nasty Nation out and all that at Sully's, it's going to be a good time. This text, unsigned.
Can they bring that hawk that flies down?
In the casino.
No,
we start.
At the Super Bowl. And I ask this, with some seriousness because I think about these things.
Well, neutral game.
Neutral game. Can you bring an animal that is part of your pregame?
Only if they can bring a
bird of prey.
Well, those Patriot guys that dress up in the old.
Oh, the period costume.
If they come with their guns,
that's
the
what you should wear for the curling.
The tri-corner hat.
Yes.
You guys can all be Pat Patriot.
With a musket.
Yeah.
Live ammo.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think who is it here? Somebody suggested you guys go in full leather because Gager loves wearing leather. Real tight.
Full leather for Gager, like a leather onesie.
And you in the GIMP mask?
I think I've seen him in that.
With the zip?
That's Gager. That's
Gager. He has to unzip very hard and zip it up.
Zip it up, yes.
Bring out the GIMP. Speaking of which,
just that in a leather Speedo maybe.
Sub to our YouTube channel as well. On that note, if you are watching today,
and also
changing 100.
Oh, gotta love it! Thank you so much. Hit that thumbs up if you are watching today. You can't take them with you to the Hangouts, so you might as well leave them here on this program. 111. Let's go for 200. Let's keep this. Let's keep this building. Welcome aboard, LTE. Adam Banks 9T9 says. Sure. I mean, just for a day. Smith TM14 says excited for CFL. Yeah, well, I've carved out a bit of time.
As we should, and I am proudly wearing. We're both in green and gold today.
That CFL is that's our daddy here.
Yeah.
But quick thoughts on that too. Once again, Fun spiel this weekend, Saturday, Shamrock Curling Club, Sully Sports Bar and Lounge for the Super Bowl party in 2 Sundays' time, February the 8th. Get down there. Don't be square. Quickly on the football in the CFL, and I was going to ask you 3 questions too many. Elks receiver shopping, I would say, is an area. There's other areas of need.
But no Tim White.
Tim White off the market last night, signing on board with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Your quick thoughts, I guess, on that?
Great for the Bombers. They are not going to rebuild. They are going to change this stuff up.
This will be the most veteran old team I think we've ever seen. There's nobody under the age of 35, I don't think, on the roster.
Yeah, risky, I suppose, in some respects. I mean, they're running them back with O'Shea and Caleros, and one more for old time's sake. Yeah.
Tim White's still a good player.
Yeah.
A lot of money. They needed, moving on from Dalton Schoen, I would expect. You still got Dembski. You got Pokey Wilson there as well. But then
this about the receiver. You asked about the Elks and the receiver and receiver position and what they should or might want to do there. I know this about Ed Hervey, who I've known since 1999. And if you were on the show, you might dispute this, but I believe that Ed feels that you can get production without huge paycheck at the receiver position.
That's what I like about the CFL.
Yes, that if there's a position in football that Ed Hervey and his staff could identify talent and CFL talent, I believe it's the receiver position, right? He played it extremely well, knows what can work and what can't work, and really the bandwidth or the pay band that, I can get if I have, 2 or 3 good receivers, that should be enough.
There's Keyshawn Johnson was the other one that was bandied around of perhaps being a name that you could look at bringing in. And again, I think the question isn't as Hervey can find them, but you're looking for maybe a 1 and a 2. Yeah. They had a good collection of receivers. There just wasn't that one guy. And it was funny last season, moving on from Geno Lewis and the whole superstar discussion there around that. You're right. It doesn't always work out, and it's not a specific formula to success. It can work. But you're going off that it's a dime a dozen position in a sense. There's receivers out there that it's a position where and again, the CFL, I say this too, chasing the big money is not all it can be a fool's game.
Correct. It's been done here. Yeah. I mean, the joke, in the Brock Sunderland era and with Chris Jones here was, oh, great, Edmonton won free agency. And then you get to the end of the season and you go, that's about all they won. That's about all they won.
Yeah. But so again, Keyshawn Johnson off the market, Tim White, and again, none of this is official until, this is all the window, named after Ed Hervey, really, like it's kind of his. Keyshawn Johnson, courtesy 3 Down Nation, their list of potential free agent receivers. Johnson was 1, he's albeit off. Tim White, number 2, off. Number 3, Curly Gittins Jr., holds the Canadian passport.
Yeah.
Time to bring him back. You have time for that.
Yes.
And then the other name, I guess, the big name, released before his bonus, was Austin Mack. Is that a guy that you perhaps look at it again? It's going to come with a price tag, and I'm not trying.
He's a good player. I mean,
you personally, not climbing into the head of Ed Hervey and what he might do.
No. I mean, Gittins Jr. and the passport, okay, that elevates. But Mack is a really good player.
Because then after him, you're kind of dropping into your
he has
your
a
3, 4, and 5
relationship with Fajardo, right? Out of Montreal?
I don't know if he was. Was that a Falcons time? I don't know about the timelines there. I'm sure they probably had a little bit of.
Okay.
But
if that matters.
No. But after that, it does get a little thin. So if you're looking for that game breaker, 2 of those big names were taken off the board yesterday. It'll be interesting to see where they go. But I'm with you. Like a Steve Dunbar, bring him back into the fold. You're kind of running it back at that point.
Yeah.
So, should be interesting. Fired up for that, too. Of course, the CFL free agency tampering window is upon us. Somebody also saying about the Super Bowl here. There's a break between the Super Bowl because the NFL fears the WWE Royal Rumble, brother.
The NFL fears nothing.
No. And we'll have more on that.
There is nothing that the NFL fears.
Pro wrestling might be the thing, though. Hey.
Well, come on now.
We'll have more on the Rumble coming up with our next guest. We'll talk hockey and, of course, his number one love, wrestling. That is Bruce Boudreau. He'll be joining us for hour number 2. Hour 1 of the Nielsen Show was brought to you by Ewell. Your power play specialists, Ewell, the gear you need for your next electrical project. 3 Edmonton area locations. You can order online comfortably anytime. Ewell.ca. EWEL, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. Nielsen Show coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio, and it's presented by Weiss Johnson. Coming up, as mentioned, Bruce Boudreau kicking off hour number 2. We'll go to Play Alberta quickly, maybe take a look at some Super Bowl stuff. I got beef at 7:30. If you have any beefs, text them in. 780-218-9999 is the Paris Jewelers inbox. And Reid Wilkins from the Reid Wilkins Show, Monday to Friday here on EST, 3 to 6 alongside Jason Mail. He'll join us to wrap hour number 2. Let's get to a sports update here with YouTube Trev. Of course, Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen. We wish him well. Good luck on his boys' trip with Marshall down to the Crow's Nest Pass. But Trev will keep you up to date on everything going on last night in the sports world. Whether you're dreaming of crystal clear waters or exotic destinations, you can contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises, Northeast Edmonton, to start planning your next cruise or vacation destination. Give her a call, 780-970-4834.
The Oilers look to get their first 3-game win streak of the season when they welcome in Macklin, Celebrini, and the San Jose Sharks tonight at Rogers Place. This one gets going at 7 o'clock. Be sure to tune in to the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Tom Gazzola and Benny Thompson. Coverage starts at 6. 14 other games around the NHL tonight. The Jets take a trip to Tampa to take on the Lightning. Avalanche are in Montreal facing the Canadiens. The Flames clash with the Wild. Maple Leafs battle the Kraken. And the Canucks go head-to-head with the Ducks. Last night in the NHL, the Senators defeat the Avalanche 5-2, who have now lost 3 of their last 4. Simon Holmstrom notched 3 points in the Islanders' 5-2 win over the Rangers. And the Jackets have now won their last 3 after defeating the Flyers 5-3. In the WHL, the Oil Kings were in action last night, falling 5-2 to the Calgary Hitmen. They continue their road trip when they take on the Moose Jaw Warriors tonight. Puck drop for that one is at 7. Over to the hard court where the Raptors get pumped 119-92 to the Knicks, snapping their 4-game win streak. They hit the court again tomorrow, taking on the Magic. 8 other games last night, including the Cavaliers smoking the Lakers 129-99, and the Spurs improving to 32-15 with a 111-99 win over the Rockets. 8 games are scheduled tonight in the association. Over at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts, where the Skurlik rink fell to Manitoba 8-4, and Sturmay's rink came on top of Newfoundland and Labrador 11-6. Both teams scheduled for 2 more games later today, starting at 9 o'clock. And opening round action begins at the Farmers Insurance Open, where Brooks Koepka is set to return after joining Liv back in 2022. Tee-off begins at 10 this morning. Whether you're dreaming of crystal clear waters or exotic destinations, contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton to start planning your next cruise or vacation destination. Call 780-970-4834. Up next, Bruce Boudreau to talk all things hockey and wrestling. I'm YouTube Trev. You're up to date.
7:07, hour 2 of the Nielson Show is live here. Welcome, everyone. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen, Lieutenant Eric, YouTube Trev. You heard there as well in the sports update. Good morning, listening. iHeart, TuneIn radio apps, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, 95.7 Cruise FM, the mighty FM signal. Good morning to all you listening on there. And, of course, on the YouTube this morning. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you don't know, just go down to the bottom, click that little bell. Maybe you think you've subscribed and you haven't yet. You might find that out. Sub to the channel today and smash that thumbs up. Give us a like. Helps us out a lot. And our strive for 200 likes. Nice to hit that 100 in the opening hour. 138. So at a outstanding pace to start the your Thursday edition of the Nielsen Show. As always, presented by Weiss Johnson. EST presented by Play Alberta. We'll have more on that coming up this hour with your early bird play of the day. Hour 2 of the Nielsen Show, though, is presented by GameSense. And on that Play Alberta early bird, win gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense. Paris Jewelers Inbox has been taking a decent pounding this morning at 780-218-9999. You can text anytime. That's a sick shirt, Dave. Justin texts in.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I know we got a text as well from last night, and it's too bad Dustin's not in this morning. Chris Clements at 9:12 p.m. Wearing his EST hoodie. And it looks like he was at the Cavaliers-Lakers game last night for LeBron's tearful.
Tearful. Do you see the way you reached under, man? There's nothing LeBron does that isn't, how do I put it, curated, thought about, and maybe even staged when he had the jersey over the face.
Sure.
And then reached underneath for Kleenex.
And most NBA benches, they always have Kleenex, right? Like it's always there. Yeah.
Well,
not just
load management.
Yeah, he knew he was going to shed a few. And,
yes.
And boy, it wasn't just Kleenex. It was like paper towel. Like he was big Kleenex for a big man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big emotion.
So, Chris, we see you. We hear you. He's wearing that EST hoodie.
Love it.
And, of course, that's the Hive Product Marketing, who create all of our wares and everything such as that. Official merch partner, Edmonton Sports Talk. Promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out at thehiveproductmarketing.com. If you like what we're wearing, check out the Hive today, and they can help you get merched up in whatever you want. A few more texts here as we're still awaiting Bruce Boudreau. No, Trevor
Bruce,
puts
there
up his
it is.
hands.
I sent him another email.
Maybe he's taking the week off for the Rumble.
Yeah, maybe.
The Royal Rumble is this weekend, correct? Is that kind of what we're talking about here? I'm going in totally cold. Saturday, January 31.
And where? About
11 a.m. Is it in Saudi Arabia? I do believe this year. Yeah, the King Abdullah Financial District from Riyadh.
Oh, okay.
So that's why 11 o'clock a.m. is when the Rumble starts. So, yeah, kind of wanted to discuss that with him. Wanted to discuss a little hockey as well, of course. And you wanted to bring up...
Well, I wanted to see, and there'll be somebody out there, probably low tide, who would remember or know if Bruce Boudreau was in the lineup on Darryl Sittler's 10-point night. He was in the organization, if I'm following correctly. And Boudreau didn't play a lot for the Leafs, but he was a Leaf in good standing, but was in the organization for a long time, right, playing through the system. But I'd be curious, and if he was, what that night meant to him. And I know the younger viewer, listener, maybe that whole thing just seemed, it was 50 years ago. That was a remarkable thing to see, and I watched it. Saturday night at home in the basement, peering at at our lousy television set in
like
the basement.
Like a meerkat.
12, yes, like a meerkat, and going, how is this happening?
Trev, just give me that sign if Bruce does join in. But I wanted to get on, and that was then, this is now.
Yes.
The state of the Toronto Maple Leafs as well. I wanted to kind of, dude.
And I know, don't talk Leafs. Everyone hates them. I get that.
It's okay to talk about them when they're in this state.
It is a glorious train wreck. And I know that I shouldn't play loose and fast with train accidents. They're not,
it's a turn of phrase.
Yes, it is a turn of phrase. But watching them do what they are doing or not doing, and everything from the Nylander finger.
$5,000 for a finger.
Well,
I'd take that in.
Everything with a price.
Well, but I think they can. If that's how much it costs, I'm flipping those
Big Willie style
twice a week.
Can handle that.
Yeah.
But the injuries. And nobody does losing, I believe, in the NHL quite like the Toronto Maple Leafs, where it is splashy, it is spectacular, And I grew up on Leafs hockey because you had to.
Everybody did.
You had to because we were force-fed. We were force-fed. And to watch it, it's quite amazing.
The whole Berube thing, too, with that. I mean, I said it the other morning. It looked like a bad trip to Turkey. With the,
I see you.
Trev's
laughing. We'll get there, Trev.
But I mean, it's all going on. And I seem to remember that when they call him the chief, right? Craig Berube.
Yes, they do.
And he's a hard ass. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side.
You have no memory of Berube as a player, do you?
Faint, yeah. But I know. But I wouldn't want to be that barbell that apparently fell on him in the gym. He probably bent that sucker and whatever. But it's just. On the ice is one thing, and I bring up the Leafs because I think when they're in this type of situation, nobody wants to talk about them when they're, but when they're like this, do we love to hate on it? And again, but it's from all angles. You got the on ice product, but you mentioned the finger, and again, this is a roster composed of guys that, which I am for in the league, expressing themselves and doing their own thing and dressing. It's 2026, we're not, but the finger thing. The Berube gash and black, I don't know what else could possibly happen next.
Austin Matthews' qualities, I mean, there is no doubt he's a fantastic hockey player, perhaps a little one-dimensional, but his leadership qualities or lack thereof being openly questioned.
Yeah, it's sure.
When it goes bad spectacularally in that market.
But
so that's why it's must-watch.
Yeah.
And you're hate watching. And
you're on the edge of your seat.
Exactly.
But the thing about Berube too, and you can lay blame to whomever you want, management or whatever. You've got the players, but I thought he was. It's funny to see all this kind of happening and unraveling with a guy like that behind the bench because I thought that he was supposed to bring a little more
rigor to the whole process.
Sure, and it just seems like the total opposite.
He has, but has been, undermined or undone by, the things that have happened this year in the injuries, obviously. I understand that.
Yeah.
But it speaks to, and then losing Marner, by choice.
That was a decision. That was a...
Yes. Yes.
And fans involved in all of this, too. Again, you don't mind talking Leafs when I'll say it, they've turned into the pumpkin. I think the clock has struck midnight, correct? You're 57 points now.
Fascinating rebuild on the way.
I know we've talked about parity in the league, but you're now getting into a point. The Olympic roster freezes February 4, trade deadline March 6. They're 57 points right now. They've dropped 3 straight, 3-5-2 in their last 10. 57 points. They are behind both wildcard teams in the Habs and the Bruins, sitting at 65. They probably do have the talent, more so than some of these other teams around them, sitting on 57.
Mm-hmm.
To work their way back, but just the way it's unraveling right now, I don't.
And they are rivaled in a different way and for different reasons, obviously, by what's happening in Vancouver. So as I come in and out and do these shows occasionally, I'm online, I'm watching X, I'm watching fan responses and listening to you guys do your stuff and what Stauffer's doing and Rashog and all these people. I'm a consumer, right? And when the Oilers hit a patch. And they are patches and relatively small patches where either they're losing or underperforming, right? And then you see the angst in this marketplace in Edmonton and northern Alberta, anywhere where someone cares about the Oilers. And then you go, but have you looked to the west or the east to see how bad it is and how bad it can get? So, count your blessings.
Yeah.
Look at what this team has. Are there pockets of things that should get addressed or could get addressed?
Always. And whether you think Stan Bowman has done a good job, a mediocre job, or no job, they address goaltending, okay, on some level, right? Team play is better. But again, context being everything.
God, there are very few times I wish I were back in Vancouver, but right now to be in this business and to be talking about that franchise,
Well,
God.
We can pivot to there as well.
No. I don't want to drag you down that.
No, but I mean, as an Oiler fan, you're looking east, you're looking west, and you're even looking south.
You're just laughing and loving it.
But we've been there, but not recently, and I would say not to these depths. I mean,
this quick.
Yeah. The Canucks got bad quick, but and nobody really cares about history anymore, or seemingly in sports because it changes so fast. Is that franchise has been more bad than good in the time it's been in the NHL? Trust me, I was there for it.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the Leafs, your thoughts on the Canucks. We don't need to take your thoughts on the Flames. Dustin Nielsen will be calling their game in March. He's the voice.
Yeah,
it's a Senators broadcast, but
he's
an all-Canadian affair for his first game.
He's brushing
That's
up.
Cool.
I know. Listen, Dustin follows a lot of things. His ability to prep is not in question. But how closely do you think our man has watched the Ottawa Senators?
Well, he'll be alongside Noodles, who also joins us Wednesday.
I know Dusty could name you Tim Stutzla.
He'll get
Linus Ullmark.
He'll get in the lab. He'll do the work. He'll look at the charts.
He'll hit the heavy bag.
He'll know the heights, the weights, the blood types, and everything.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like Bruce Boudreau will be joining us, as we are kind of out of time for a segment anyway. So if you decide to pop in, we'd say hit the sticks, Bruce.
Yeah. I sent Dusty a text. So I'm like,
Did you?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Nothing yet.
He's on the road.
Well, he's talk to text.
Yeah.
He's
talk to text. Hey, Marsh.
Talk to text. Well, I assume he's listening to it. I hope he's listening to the program. 95.7 Cruise FM until the signal, and then he can go
Fades
on
out.
one of our many streaming platforms.
Sure.
But Bruce Boudreau, normally and every day at this hour time, brought to you by GS Construction. More than 5 decades, GS Construction has been proud to serve our communities and work alongside incredible people. Helping Edmonton grow for over 50 years, visit gsconstruction.ca for more details. Did get a great text. Might be your text of the day already. Unsigned number. Rumors flying around that Bruce is actually in the Royal Rumble this year. He's on his way to Saudi Arabia.
Imagine him in a one-piece.
In a PJ. Yeah, like Vader.
What would be his wardrobe?
It's got to be a one-piece.
Just a singlet. Isn't that what they call it?
With the one?
Singlet?
Yeah.
Just up over the
like
shoulder.
the Big Show?
One shoulder. Yeah, Big Show. Paul White. Yeah.
But yeah, Big Show. Not shorts like John Cena. What else is there?
I don't know what would be on the feet. Some boots, like high boots.
But I think he's a generic guy. There's no character. Like there's no like.
He
wrestles
it's
as
just Bruce Boudreau.
Full name.
Bruce Beefcake Boudreau, and he's
with like a hockey jersey name on the back.
No mask. No. And he cuts a mean promo. Like that's the whole. Yeah.
It's all about the promo.
Hot on the mic.
I've seen a few of his promos in the locker room.
Right, and that's what is swear laden.
He's already
it's very
there.
dirty.
Yeah.
He could be a very good wrestler.
So to that
Bruce
texter,
works
maybe he is on his way to the. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, send some text. What
He's
would
on
you
that.
think?
He was for a time out touring the country with Arash Madani.
Yeah.
They'd pull up into your town and do like a small.
Bruce is the wrestler. Rash is the manager. Like he's like the
holds
cornet.
the ring. He holds the rope.
He's got
up.
the racket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce Boudreau wrestling names. Get him in 780-218-9999.
And outfit. Seems how
the whole bit. Paint the whole picture.
How I've already seen him in his ginch.
And working Arash Madani's role in there as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Is there a tag team maybe as well? Maybe they,
seems how we've seen him in his ginch.
What? Oh, sorry.
Heidi Whitey's.
We mentioned this on air, did we not?
Oh, yeah, we touched on it.
Well, he's got his camera there and everything, and one day when the hit was over, we can still view on those screens there.
You close the laptop like this, Jamo, right?
And so the camera perilously pointed at his...
Down.
And up top, he was all business, but down below, it was...
Party.
And he had it
was
there
a party.
for
Was it ever? Was it
20
ever?
seconds. It didn't...
And you're looking at this, trying to read a liner, and you got... Boudreau's wrestling attire staring you in the face.
God, who was the guy, the political or legal analyst who was? Well, never mind. Let's just move on. It's okay too. We'll
Kevin
explain
O'Leary?
later.
Remember the one year that lawyer tried to zoom and he had a cat filter on his face? That was funny.
That's
I saw
right.
that video pop up again the other day. Yeah. Bruce the Man Boy Boudreau. I do like that. Bruce the Man Boy Boudreau.
Man boy.
Yeah, so get those in. The rebirth of Gilberg. Love a good Gilberg drop. There's a couple Goldberg. They play Goldberg's music.
You know, I met Goldberg.
Bill Goldberg?
Yes. You know why? because I was in the press box at Rexall. Maybe it was Skyreach then. Goldberg was in town for some reason. I don't think wrestling necessarily. And I went up to him because Goldberg played for the Sacramento Gold Miners.
Sure.
He did.
Yeah, he was a football. Yeah.
He was an O-lineman, I think, or was he a D? Doesn't matter. A big dude. No kidding. And I said, hey, I know a teammate of yours. And he looked at me like, what's this? Who, And I said, David Archer. I worked with David. Like, oh, Arch.
Now it's clicking in.
Yeah. Coming together.
Taco says, Filthy Bruce is no joke. Look what he did to Berube's face. Trev, you were toying with some sort of graphic on our...
Yeah,
somebody
I don't know.
texted that
I don't know
in,
if that's well, yeah, it's
no,
funny, right?
it's. I think Leduc Aaron.
Laughing with, not at.
No, totally.
Always with.
But
never at.
Yeah, it's the scar.
Yeah.
Of Craig Berube,
and it's a panic meter.
Because it's like
that's okay.
Yeah,
and
we call that smart.
He's okay, so we can laugh. Like it's.
Yeah, like he's fine. He's joked about it a few times. So
Heal up, Chief. That's what you'd say.
Yeah, we're panicking. We're panicking.
Well, yeah, the meter is cranked up there quite a bit. It ain't in the middle. Abutski says Bruce's ring name Tidy White. Giving off the underwear thing.
Yes.
The IHL scoring king BB Bruce Boudreau King, Stan the Jets fan. Little wordy. I don't know if that would work.
Someone say Filthy Bruce. It could just be Filthy Bruce.
Oh, no, totally.
Works,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It's a little. We can dress it up a bit.
My God, there he is. Filthy Bruce.
What
Run it
stinks?
down.
It's Filthy Bruce, and he's filthy. Like he comes out with a bunch of garbage.
Yeah.
He's a hardcore wrestler. He brings a garbage can out,
throws out the garbage.
Yeah, he's just filthy. Yeah, he just stinks.
And I tell you what.
Yeah, I have a question. I'm not a wrestling person. I've watched the docs. I've watched some of the events.
Have you ever wrestled?
No, I have not wrestled.
Collegiate days? No.
And is the writing any good now? Because that's the key. You have good writers.
I don't know. It's
can you write the character? Can you write the?
We peaked in the Attitude Era, and it just hasn't been the same since. And now the whole kayfabe is done. Like everybody knows, like the jig is up. Like
Yeah.
Kind of
wink,
know that,
wink.
yeah.
Yes.
Goldberg did star in the cult classic filmed in Wetaskiwin, Santa's Slave. That is correct, and I do believe Reid Wilkins drafted that movie once upon a time in a Christmas draft.
Okay.
He was also in the smash hit movie Universal Soldier, which if you.
Okay.
Bruce the F-Bomb Boudreau. Keep getting those in. Bruce Boudreau wrestling monikers. 780-218-9999. Probably gets you a text of the day over to Royal Pizza in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Okay, let's go to Play Alberta here quickly. Play Alberta Early Bird. It is your presenting sponsor of Edmonton Sports Talk, Play Alberta. You can head there right now. PlayAlberta.ca or download the app. Make it easy for you. You might want to get on that now ahead of Super Bowl next Sunday. Make it a little easier for you. You can jump in and take part in all the player props and everything. I do know we have the Super Bowl play of the day that was done in the lock shop the other day with Maddie and Dusty. First quarter total over 9 points. That's super boosted to -109. So you can hop on that right now. Busy night in the NHL as well. The Oilers and Sharks tonight. Do you have any sway? Do you have any lean? Do you have any way? This is the first blush at the Sharks this season, much like it was against the Ducks the other night.
Which is weird scheduling. I get it. It's an Olympic year.
But it's divisional.
It's divisional stuff, man.
I think this is the first of 4 meetings between...
Give me a little pinch earlier in the year.
Yeah, just to kind of get your feet wet.
Sure.
But we're already into the new year, and it's the first. But maybe you want to go up there and do an old Celebrini McDavid. I don't know. Do what you want. Use your game sense, though. Of course, Hour 2 brought to you by Game Sense. Win betting, but Play Alberta, proud sponsors. PlayAlberta.ca
versus Boosh.
Now you're kind of that's got to be a huge number. But get on there for the NHL slate tonight, specifically Oilers and Sharks. Tom Gazzola will get you set later tonight. Puck drop 7. That means the GCL Diesel pregame show gets underway here at Edmonton Sports Talk, 6 o'clock, right after the Reid Wilkins show, 3 to 6, alongside Jason Milne. We've also got today 2 guys and a goalie, the hangout coming up, EST afternoons, Hernan Salas, Joaquin Gage. So if you are listening, 95.7 Cruise FM this morning, you love the Nielson Show, there's more. It's 6 to 6, Monday to Friday. Always here, more. And great programming as well on the weekends. So get into it. Get you set. We'll get you set throughout the day for Oilers and Sharks as we move along.
You know what you need is an all-night show. Remember all-night radio?
Well, we wanted Will Fraser to do like a coast to coast, like an Art Bell type of theme. Sports, yes, but he would also discuss other things going on in the world. Yeah.
And some conspiracies.
Yeah. And he'd have a guy, he'd say, pull it up on the Google. It'd be like a Rogan thing. He'd sit there and you'd have a guest come in and they'd just go.
Yeah.
No script, no nothing. And if you want to tune in,
I love coast to coast.
1 a.m. till we get on in the morning, 6 o'clock.
Sure.
5 hours. Yeah. Nolan from St. Albert, Biggie Smalls for Bruce Boudreau. That Owen guy says the water boy plays on the O in Boudreau. Mm-hmm. So kind of that Louisiana. I think that's where he's going from there. Yeah. He comes out in a singlet with 2 5-gallon bottles and pours them on himself before entering the ring.
Bottles of
water.
Water.
Boy.
Oh, the water. Okay, sorry. I follow along, Dave. Follow along.
Baby
okay.
Oil.
Baby oil.
2 Culligan jugs over his.
Sure.
He could do it. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. That type of thing. Keep getting your names in for Bruce Boudreau here. Somebody's texted in a photo of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Frank, when they do the wrestling. That's the image we were looking for there. Unsigned texter. Frank Reynolds and Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Filthy Bruce, a.k.a. the Trash Man. That's the one.
Gotcha.
Can you put that up on the screen? Can we get that up there, Trev? Thanks.
Who is Frank fighting with in the... I can't see
I think that's Dennis dressed up as like a Philadelphia Eagle. I don't remember the episode too much, but Filthy Bruce, a.k.a. the Trash Man.
That show ages well. I could still watch Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's so good.
And you know how comedy can get dated pretty quickly.
Yeah.
The stuff that made you laugh, now you go, that still works.
It hits.
Yeah.
The old ones, the new ones, the whole bit.
Yeah.
Raw Dog Reid texts in an AI image of Bruce the Belt Boudreau. Okay. And you can see it here, Dave. He's got the B and he's got the whole thing.
Okay, I'm following.
I'm not big on the AI, but I get what you're doing. He's got a little face
I'm
paint
huge
coming
on
down.
the AI.
I know you are. You are AI.
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
In many respects, I am. There's AI.
There's Frank Reynolds there.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. That's that was the image going through probably most of our minds, but you spot on. You could win text of the day with that photo texted in there. Little debut on the left, Bruce, if you little devil.
And I like it that you guys are incorporating AI now into EST.
It's all AI. A lot of people sending in pictures now, which I can't read on air, but they are highly entertaining. Thank you for that. Keep them coming. Isn't he more Bubbles, Trailer Park Boys, green bastard? You could have that as well. You could have the whole cape and mask and everything. Lots of Bruce Boudreau wrestling ideas. Keep them in 780-218-9999 or in the nasty chat is too. But if you want that roll pizza text of the day, Paris Jewelers inbox is the place to play. Hour 2 continues next. I got beef coming up. If you have any beefs, send them in as well to that same number, 780-218-9999. We'll go over a few beefs. I'm sure you have something.
I'm sure.
I've got something. Trev's probably got an all-timer.
Yes.
Dustin will write an AI song when he gets back about the
Trev's beef?
Yeah.
It's a decent beef. Nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Pretty lean.
I think it's a relatable beef, and we're going to get texts being like, yes, Trev, I agree.
Well, you're a man of the people, and we haven't known each other long. We've worked together now, a couple of years? Trev and I, sporadically. Nobody plugs in to the populace like Trev.
Oh.
Okay? Man of the people.
Yeah. Cool. That's awesome. I appreciate that.
Yeah. A nasty.
That's awesome.
Yeah, universal
dyed
truth.
in the wool.
That's what his
universal
wrestling...
soldier.
Oh,
like Bill
universal
Goldberg.
truth. That would be
universal
my
truth.
WWE.
That would be your wrestling name.
Yeah.
Let's hit a sports update here. If you are listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, quick break. Pauline Higgins will give you all you need to know in the traffic, and we'll be back. I got beef. Reid Wilkins as well to finish hour number 2. It is the Nielsen Show presented by Weiss Johnson here at the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. This sports update read by Universal Truth, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he always wanted to be a pro wrestler, but he was too tall. Here's the update.
The Edmonton Oilers will look to put together their first 3-game win streak of the season tonight as they welcome in Macklin Celebrini and the San Jose Sharks to Rogers Place. Puck drop is set for 7. Be sure to catch the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Tom Gazzola and Benny Thompson with coverage beginning at 6. It's a busy night around the NHL with 14 other games on the schedule. The Jets are in Tampa to face the Lightning. The Avalanche visit Montreal to take on the Canadiens. The Flames battle the Wild. The Maple Leafs clash with the Kraken, and the Canucks go head-to-head with the Ducks. From last night's NHL action, the Senators took down the Avalanche 5-2, handing Colorado their third loss in 4 games. Simon Holmstrom recorded 3 points as the Islanders beat the Rangers 5-2, while the Blue Jackets extend their winning streak to 3 games with a 5-3 win over the Flyers. In the WHL, the Oil Kings fell 5-2 to the Calgary Hitmen last night. They continue their road trip tonight against Moose Jaw, with puck drop also set for 7 o'clock. On the hardwood, the Raptors saw their 4-game win streak snapped after a 119-92 loss to the Knicks. They return to action tomorrow against the Magic. Elsewhere in the NBA, the Cavaliers dominated the Lakers 129-99, and the Spurs improved to 32-15 with a 111-99 win over the Rockets. There are 8 other games on tap in the NBA tonight. At the Scotties Tournament of Hearts, the Skurlik rink fell to Manitoba 8-4, while Sturmay's rink picked up an 11-6 win over Newfoundland and Labrador. Both teams are back on the ice later today, starting at 9 o'clock. An opening round action gets underway today at the Farmers Insurance Open, with Brooks Koepka set to make his return after joining LIV back in 2022. Tee times begin at 10 o'clock this morning. The Sports Update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, your dealer for life.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki in a tuxedo t-shirt because it says, like, he wants to be formal, but he's also here to party too.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Even touching the button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki in a tuxedo t-shirt because it says, like, he wants to be formal, but he's also here to party too.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road,
We're back to using our eyes.
Mommy, Daddy.
Using our eyes. We're not worried about trade deadlines.
You can see it in his eyes.
Tuxedo t-shirt because it says, like, he wants to be formal,
using our
but he's
eyes.
also here to party too.
Life in Sherwood Park off Y Road,
We're back to using our eyes.
I've got a relationship with Woody that goes back to 2005 when Mike Babcock hired him as a video coach.
We're not
for the
worried
Detroit
about
Red Wings.
trade deadlines.
You can see it in his eyes.
You know when Connor's hungry, you can see it in his eyes.
Eyes.
You can see it in his eyes.
We're trying to use our eyes.
You got snake eyes.
Horse eyes.
Dialed in.
I'm telling you, this is absolutely incredible.
And get on with the training.
Vincent.
Eyes. Eyes. We just tried to use our eyes.
7:36, hour 2 of the Nielson Show continues here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Nielson Show presented by Weiss Johnson. If you need AC, furnace, all that good stuff, go to them. They will help you out. Tell them EST sent you. Weiss-Johnson.com. Coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio as well right now. 3-piece bone-in chicken, spicy or non, for just $8. Treat yourself or treat a couple friends and some coworkers today at Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen, popeyes.ca for more. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. Paris Jewelers inbox. Royal Pizza text of the day. Probably going to some sort of Bruce Boudreau,
I would think,
wrestling gimmick. Bruce the Village Boudreau. The Village? His cheek would be dressing like the Village people, all with their own catchphrases. So I'm wondering a specific one or all of them combined, like all of the garb on at once.
I'm trying to remember. I should know this, being a man that grew up partially in the disco era. And I remember when the Village people hit. Man, did they hit hard. There was Guy in Assless Chaps. right?
Yeah.
There was the gentleman in the headdress. There was
a
construction worker.
Yeah, there's a policeman, I think.
And a cop.
Yeah.
Did I get him?
No fireman, hey?
No, I don't think so.
It's funny how you could have the paramedic, the fireman, and the full Monty
EMT.
there. Well,
Just
sure,
have someone in an EMT.
Let's get to I Got Beefs right now. If you have any, text them in. I know a few people have sent theirs in. We'll get to those. Reid Wilkins on the way to wrap hour number 2 here shortly. Just give me the sign, Trev, when Reid's in the bullpen, and we'll get to him. But let's go around the horn here with some of our beefs. I had a beef last night. I was at the bar celebrating the Dunya AGM 10-year championship right here. And it wasn't busy, but I do find it strange that when I'm looking at an empty beer bottle for minutes going on, a half of an hour type of deal, and then I'm like, okay, that's weird, and you want to pay up, and you're kind of ready to go, and you look back, and you don't see the staff, busying themselves with other people or doing other, but you see bartender just kind of standing and looking.
But did you give it the old
I had to
hold up the glass
had to.
or the check?
I guess, and again, not a strong beef today. I slept easy. I'm not letting this get to me. But I just find that if you're in a bar, I know it gets busy sometimes. You can, but I would much rather have, if it's quiet, the guy come up to me every 30 seconds saying, "Hey."
Oh, so you'd rather be, if I'm hearing you
I'm not
correctly,
bothered.
Overserved.
Sure.
Not for the booze, but overserved in terms of the attention paid to you.
Because he's clearly not doing anything, and that's cool. You got some downtime. I get it. You kind of just want to stand around, maybe watch the TV. But if you're kind of sitting there for a long time and you're not doing anything, you might be inclined to kind of go up and check or something along those lines. You've done this industry before. I get people get busy, servers, bartenders, and everything, and if they are, that's totally fine. But when it's kind of when the crowd's pretty thin and you've been sitting there and you're like, huh, and then you got to do the whole look back, and the guy's just kind of staring into the
that'd be Trevor
staring at the birds.
BP.
Yeah, right.
Just staring.
And you got to get the old tipped. Hey, remember me? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, buddy.
So I don't know. I had a little beef with that, but anyways, it's
that is
not
beefy, relatable. The least thing, as a former bartender, and when you get busy, the best thing to do is just acknowledge the person. Just be like, hey, I see that you're empty.
See you.
Yeah, just I'm sorry. I'm like running around here. My apologies. But if he's just standing there being
kind of weird,
just like that's on him. He sucks. You should not have tipped him. Did you tip him?
Always.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Unless it's a very extreme situation.
No, you got to work for that tip.
You do have to work for the tip.
Butt off,
no, you do.
You know?
Atif wouldn't have tipped.
If I gave bad service, I'd always skip the tip. And they'd be like, what's this? I've never seen this before. I'm like, yeah, no, I was absolutely brutal to you. You do not deserve to tip me.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I'm skipping it. I don't want your money. I don't earn it. I didn't earn it.
You work for the money. You work for the tip.
You work hard for the money.
Yeah.
Donna Summer. In keeping with the culinary theme, if you will, and service, I have a beef and I get the awkwardness of the dismount after the transaction. You've handed the machine back to the server.
Oh.
But do you have any other plans or any big plans for the rest of the night? And I don't know if that came from somewhere above that all servers in certain restaurants, if that's the royal decree, you must say that to close off the transaction.
So do you answer truthfully, or do you hit him with a "What's it to you"? When sometimes if I'm feeling frisky, I like to answer that question in a. Well, actually, I've got
and get super detailed.
The body's getting cold, the cadaver, and I need to get back to or something really.
Sure.
And then they're
God,
kind of stepped into that, didn't I? Yeah, or something like
No, I'm sure I'm. Giggle or do something that isn't probably what I should be doing. But yeah, how about I'll take my card, you take the machine, and we just say, have a good night. Or thank you. Thank you for your patronage.
I'll never see you again. Have a great life.
Fair.
Yeah. Trev, beef?
Yeah, well, that's interesting because, going back to my bartending days, that was probably one of my biggest beefs. Aside from, just obnoxious customers that I'd serve. But when I try to create conversation and there's nothing, it leads to the most, everyone knows the awkward silence. They're like, okay, yeah, here's your bill. So, and then, that's when it is. That's when I would usually ask it. So, any plans for the rest of the night? And they're just like, nope. And then you're like, oh, okay.
How come?
And then,
I'd like to follow up.
And then it's just like,
yeah, what is
like
the follow?
Just done. And then you're like, oh, nice. And then you kind of just sit there, and it's an awkward, like that 20 seconds, 30 seconds of awkward silence is killer. So just say something, man. Like,
but there's got to be a better out.
There should be, but that is the default. Any plans for the rest? That's what I would.
Thank you for coming in.
That's what I would say.
I think you just.
Please,
I just want to reiterate.
A QR code
thank
that
you for
can scan.
I would always have, but that was my. So, any plans for the rest of the night?
Yes.
Every time. Yeah. So there is that. But my beef is actually having to. This is all interesting. Having to do with restaurants as well.
Okay.
Certain restaurants, not all, but I've got poor circulation. I really do. My hands are always cold. My hands and feet. My
Have you looked into this?
You may also have a sciatic issue.
No, I've always dealt with it my whole life. I was always known as cold hands. My buds.
But it could be a signal of something else, Trev.
Probably.
Okay, well, sure.
But I've just had
check into it
for as long as I can remember.
Okay.
And so I've always had so that's why I have the heating pads. So I always put them on my hands and feet, warm them up.
Yeah.
So when I'm at a restaurant, I also, you guys don't know, I don't like napkins. I hate napkins. I hate how they feel. I never use napkins. I always, when I'm finished my meal, I go wash my hands. And my beef is with restaurants that just don't have hot water. It's just cold water. And especially in the winter, you go in there and you wash your hands. Just the coldest water you ever felt in your entire life. And you're
what
just
restaurants
like,
would not have hot water?
I want him to
sort
name
of
names.
Obligated
Yeah,
to? Yeah,
well,
I mean, I know you're not doing it.
They probably do, but I'm not. And there's times I spend 30, 45, like to upwards to a minute. Like, just come on, something, please give it to me. Give me that hot water, baby. Nothing. I swear it just gets colder and colder. And then my
Health
hands
inspector needs to be called.
And then my hands are even more cold by the end of it. So it's not fun. Even if my hands weren't, cold, that's an issue. Just get some hot water,
cold
please.
Water.
I don't like it.
Guy Flaming texts in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Server, any plans for the rest of the night? Me, listen, I'm flattered, but I'm married. You could hit him with that.
Yes.
I still like taking that question.
God, I love Guy Flaming.
You got to make it a little fun. He signs his text Huge As.
Yes.
Yeah. Guy knows what's up.
Guy knows.
Yeah.
Guy very much knows what's up.
Mike outside of Edmonton says it's the auto faucet. Doesn't stay on long enough for hot water. I think, is that the one you're kind of...
Yeah, that's what it is, man. And it just sucks. But you keep just moving your hands and nothing. Still nothing. And it's not just the auto faucet. There's pump one.
For a moment, just Guy Flaming texting in is a rare honor. But do you remember when the Pipeline show and the intro song... And the intro, here I'm taking you behind the curtain as to how this great medium of radio / whatever we're doing here is made. Generally, an intro song runs 20 seconds or so, thereabouts.
I think there's like a 30-second.
David Wilcox laying pipe for the entirety of its
We let it breathe, baby.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
That plus Sports Night with Dean Millard and that quacking to start the show.
Right.
And then they'd go into like the Fat Boy Slim, I think it was, some song. And outstanding stuff.
Went on forever.
We won't in this segment because our next guest, our first and only guest of the day is Bruce Boudreau. We assume is on a plane somewhere to Saudi Arabia for the Royal Rumble. Did not join us this morning.
Look at that.
But we are proud to be joined here on the Firehouse Subs hotline. And he's been waiting in the green room. He loves it in the green room. Our Reid Wilkins.
Yes, he does.
He
Nobody
likes
greener.
To spy on the show and listen to what's going on.
Have a run at those liners, would you, for Firehouse?
But the fire... Okay. Reid Wilkins now joins us 3 to 6. You can catch him Monday to Friday on the smash hit Reid Wilkins Show alongside Jason Milne here on Edmonton Sports Talk. But he joins us the Firehouse Subs hotline. The Oilers, when they win 2 in a row, you get a medium brisket hat trick for just $8.99. Now the Oilers have won 2 in a row, but they're looking for their first 3-game win streak tonight. Well, they are hungry. We'll get to that with Reid as well. Of course, Sharks in town tonight. Or go for the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, Dave, the hook and ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. 15 locations across Edmonton and the greater area. Easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs, hot, hearty, made to satisfy. Let's bring him in. Reid Wilkins.
There he is, back at you,
Edmonton
Reid.
Sports Talk sexiest man. I think we start there. Dave, you didn't hear about this, but there was a vote cast on his show alongside Jason Milne of all the EST personalities and whatnot.
Okay.
And yesterday, I guess it was the people voting the sexiest, and we're joined by him right now. He's looking good. Hi, Reid.
That's a heavy thing.
Yeah, I don't know what put me over the top. If it's the childhood doll I have over my shoulder here and the shot from my spare room. That's for people watching on YouTube. For people on the stream or on cruise, I do these hits from home in my office, which is the spare bedroom in my home. And on the bookshelf behind me, there are books and games and pictures, and a black and white sort of bear. And the reason I've kept that as an adult is because I believe the story is that's my first sort of toy doll type thing that my grandmother on my dad's side made and gave to me. So and he's named Googly. So Googly perhaps was sexy for people.
Sure.
A fun little poll that we did over the last 2 days, Dave. I don't know how I won. So we did 3 categories of 4 people by age. So I was in the Silver Fox category, which was won by Joaquin Gage. Then we did the Prime Cuts, so the 4 guys in the middle.
Okay.
Tom Gazzola came out of that. And then we did the Young Bucks. YouTube Trev came out of that.
Future stars, yes.
But Jay Milne said we need a wild card, so there's then 4 people in the voting. I was the highest second place finisher and advanced to yesterday's final, where the voting was over the whole show. And I believe I won by 1 vote over Tom Gazzola.
They never ask how many.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, but we do stuff. We do stuff for fun.
Oh, yes, I know. I've been on your show.
Maybe.
We don't want to get into how democracy should or could work, Reid. That's for another show.
Yes,
it's the machines.
Yes, we'll leave that to Jesperson. We're just got. But can you define sexy, which I know is a broad term and it means different things to different people?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
How would I define it? Well, sexy, I think, involves a certain amount of physical appeal.
All right.
But I think it is perhaps someone who has perhaps qualities that almost give them a mystique that makes them attractive, or they have a diversity of perhaps strengths that also make them comfortable in all sorts of environments. Like I would consider Joaquin Gage a sexy man, quite frankly.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, he still has. If he's listening now, he's probably cackling. He has he still looks like an athletic, strong man.
Yeah.
He's handsome. But you can sit down with Joaquin Gage and talk about almost anything, and he'll know something about it. And I think his culinary expertise and knowledge, I would think that would be sexy as well. So
man around the kitchen.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
No, he's comfortable in there. He's kind of a Bobby Flay, if you will, of the EST crowd. Yeah.
I think the pheromones as well. I mean, you can have a natural chemical. I mean, Reid, when you walk in the office, I know your scent. I didn't want to bring it up, but I'm strongly attracted to that. And then just your natural, the aura that all accompanying with that is.
Yeah, I think that's the spear, the beer I spilled on my coat in 2014. I think that's the scent that's coming
celebrating an Oiler win of some description. Yes.
Yeah. Reid, let's real quickly too. We were talking Bruce Boudreau fantasy wrestling names. I don't know if you've ever pro wrestled in the past or maybe even amateur wrestled. But if you were into the ring, I guess, would you have any sort of moniker, a nickname? Would you wear a mask? Where would you kind of go with, or just Reid Wilkins? And here it is.
And just walk in.
No, it wouldn't be Reid Wilkins. That's an abomination, as I told you guys last week or the week before. Yeah, you can't be Drew McIntyre. You can't be Jim Smith.
Here's
WWE champion Jim Smith. Like, you can't do that. I wouldn't wear a mask. I'd find that too uncomfortable and probably make me itchy.
Yeah.
Right.
So I wouldn't wear a mask. I don't know what my name would be. I don't know. I guess you could work in your meal name. Ravager Reid, maybe. Reid the Ravager. Maybe that would be kind of fun.
Would you have some sort of character? Because I know, like, you're into the comics and that type of, like, is there some sort of, you take an animal or something? Or
Well, I think if it was Ravager, Eric, I wouldn't, it would be a little bit of a meaner character. I don't think I'd be coming out with a soft look.
With
what is
the
a
bear?
what is a with a big teddy bear? What does a ravager do? I don't know. They ravage. So I'd have to have some sort of a costume shtick, like maybe come out like with a bear skin. My robe would be a bear skin or something like that. Has anybody ever done that?
With head over top. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
now we're
exactly.
starting to
Head over
workshop
the
this
top.
thing. We're workshopping this. We'll have it for you.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. Luckily, we're used to doing things on the fly, Eric.
Yeah, no, that's
The planning for the Reid Wilkins show with Jason Milne is often like, "You ready? We start soon." Yes, and we go in and do it.
That's the good stuff, baby. That's top tier radio. That's how you do it. Too much planning, as we know, too scripted can often lead to more.
We've been through the.
We still have a few minutes left with you, Reid. Here, let's get into the nuts and bolts here. It is a game day. Oilers and Sharks. First blush with the Sharks. It's the first of 4 this regular season. We saw that with the Ducks the other night. And again, we didn't want to mention it too much because we're knocking on wood and we're hoping they get it over the line. Maybe it doesn't even matter for this team given the division they're in. But what's your read tonight? And can the Oilers finally make it 3 wins in a row?
Well, first of all, my read on the game is it'll be good to see Celebrini live.
Yeah.
He's having an incredible year. He was 3rd in league scoring most of the year. Kucherov has passed him by a couple points, so he's 4th now. But I think and Nugent Hopkins and McDavid spoke about this yesterday because most of the questions were about Celebrini and about and for McDavid about the Olympics. But the one thing that they pointed out, and McDavid and Nugent Hopkins would have gone through this, is that Celebrini has already sort of figured out how to play that hard game in the NHL, right? I mean, you don't get a favorable matchup in the NHL does not have the talent or experience gap that a favorable matchup would have in NCAA or in junior hockey. Nuge mentioned that he's or one of them mentioned he's strong in face-offs and things like that. So he's an important player. And Jay and I were talking about this yesterday. If San Jose makes the playoffs, where does Celebrini finish in the Hart Trophy voting? That'll be a really interesting one. We've talked a lot about voting on our show the last 2 days with the Bill Belichick stuff as well. But the old because the old Hart Trophy thing, it's like, well, most valuable to his team, is McKinnon going to get a little less consideration by being on this on a remarkable team with Makar on it. The McDavid Draisaitl debate always seems to fire on when people are talking about voting for an Oiler for the Hart Trophy. I would think Celebrini, if you were going to vote for a Shark, would be the clear leader. And then, of course, Kucherov continues to put up points and all that. So I think it'll be interesting to see him. It'll be interesting to see how San Jose plays now. We get into the final third of the season when the ice, gets a little smaller, the games get a little heavier. Are they going to be able to stay in the playoff race? As for winning 3 in a row, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. They're the only team in the league not to do it. Is this game 55, Eric? You remember? I think not,
it's really close
because
to it.
Give me a second.
If they don't win tonight. Now, I think I'm the only person, and Tom, who looked this up as a record and are talking about it, but they have never taken more than 55 games to win 3 in a row. That's an unofficial record.
It will be 55 tonight. You're right.
Right. So if they do not win tonight, this will be the least successful Oilers team ever when it comes to having a 3-game winning streak in terms of how long it took. In 91-92, they didn't have a 3-game winning streak until game 55, and then they actually won their next 3 to have a 6-game winning streak. So that 91-92 team, though it went to the conference final, was at the 500-ish. I mean, more teams made the playoffs then. It was the old Smythe division. So considering this Oilers team is, they are comfortably above 500, not way above 500, and should finish in the top 2 in the division. It's pretty odd they haven't won 3 in a row. And quite frankly, it's still on the table that they may not this year.
Reid, is that if you will, a statistical anomaly or something that should generate some level of concern? They win enough to be, as you said, above 500. But I mean, the fact they haven't gone on some incredible heater, is it saying something about the team or just circumstance?
No, I do think it says something about the team. And I think it's just another thing that shows some of the problems that I think we've talked about and that I think they have. They're a top-heavy team.
Yes.
Right? So you're asking McDavid and Draisaitl not just for their lines, not to just chip in a goal a game and maybe one on the power play, like to get 6 points from Bouchard to win in overtime and 5 for McDavid. I think I continue to say this. There's not a lot of threat from the third and fourth lines, not just with scoring, but in terms of tilting the ice. So I think that's an indicator there. I think it's an indicator of the up and down goaltending they've had, or maybe you still call it just overall subpar goaltending, though I think Jarry and Ingram have both shown little sparks. And to be fair, Skinner and Pickard each had good games, but there was never that 8-game segment where you're like, these goalies are locked in. Like, there hasn't been a problem. So I think it's an indication of that. And I suppose you can say it's an indication of that it being obviously the league is competitive. The point totals are going to vary from year to year. There were a lot of teams jumbled together for a long time. But having said that, everybody else, even, Vancouver, St. Louis, like the bad, they have won 3 in a row at some point. So I think it is odd. It doesn't mean they're terrible, but I do think, Dave, there is something to it. I do think there are reasons why they haven't been able to capture something, and win 5, 6, 7 in a row.
What do you have planned for your big program today, 3 to 6 here on Edmonton Sports Talk, alongside Jason?
Well, it's really going to be incredible, Eric, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak about it. Luke Gazdick is going to be on the show. Drew Remenda will join us as well, and then we'll preview the game, of course, and just see what else we get into.
You can take your sexy hot lap as well. Probably a bit of a celebratory for you, winning the vote.
Well, I think I did that yesterday because we announced the winner at 5:45. I don't think I need to overdo it, but yeah.
Oh, Reid, that wouldn't be the EST way. You always overdo stuff.
Very good point, Dave.
Yes.
You got me. You got me there. You got me. But we choose what we overdo on each individual show, right?
Yeah.
So we may find something else to overdo.
Friedel texts in, and we'll leave it here. As if Reid isn't the bookbinder in WWE. Your finishing move, Reid, the spine buster.
Oh, I never even thought about that. That's incredibly clever. Thank you for that.
That might be the one. Bookbinder, we bid you farewell and see you later.
Yes, off I go to bind books for the enjoyment of others. Thank you so much.
Have it. Reid Wilkins.
The best.
3 to 6 here on EST, Monday to Friday alongside Jason Milne. Check out the show. Again, we're on 95.7 Cruise FM. Lots of programming throughout the day here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Hangout coming up. Lock Shop as well. We got Two Guys in a Goalie EST afternoons. That goes into the Reid Wilkins show, which leads into our pregame show, GCL Diesel pregame show with Tom Gazzola getting you set. Oilers and Sharks tonight. The whole 3-game thing, it's fodder for us to talk about, but the company you keep in that Pacific, you don't need it. They are where they are. And he mentioned the 55-game mark. You're a point off top spot. So, right. But as you mentioned, too, in your question, is it a sign of something? Because they've went on streaks before where it's just been out of the world.
I understand all of that. But I thought where Reid took the conversation around, it speaks on many levels to how this roster is constructed. And, yes, the Bouchard night was incredible and 5 points from McDavid and then the Ekholm night. And so it on some levels, it feels the Oilers, and because of their upper end talent, it's like a magic show. But the magic show doesn't always produce great magic every single night,
You put someone in the box, you cut them in half, and it could be a...
So you do need the bottom 6 to not just go out there and don't, just get out there, chew up a few minutes, and then get off the ice fast.
Yep.
They got to produce something.
Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielson this morning and tomorrow as Dusty and Marshall, his son, embark on a men's trip, not boys trip, men's
an
trip.
Odyssey.
It's a
Yes.
men's trip.
Yeah, yeah.
Down
Marshall's.
south to the Crow's Nest Pass for his hockey tournament, so we wish him well there. Right now, though, we'll get into hour 3. Text 780-218-9999. Paris Jewelers inbox. We got kind of easy trivia coming up next. If you want to play trivia, take a crack at the Mr. Mike's gift card. We're still looking to remain undefeated here. 780-218-9999. Text in, say, I want to play trivia. Trev will pick one of you, and we'll bring you on air next. You need 3 out of 5. Easy to do. You'll unlock a Club Beat Loop remix from the vault as well. Hour 2 of the Nielson Show was presented by GameSense. When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense. We also got 3 questions too many coming up. Orange and Blue breakfast. We'll let that puppy breathe as well. No takes today. We might have a few takes on the game. Might not, mix those 2 segments together. But your thoughts on Oilers Sharks always welcome as well, either in the Paris Jewelers inbox or in the nasty chat, which is bumbling along here. A lot of good ideas for Reid Wilkins in the nasty chat regarding his wrestling persona. So keep those coming in. And, of course, Marmot Basin Snow Report and the wrap for William Huff. All still to come in hour 3. Let's get to a sports update. If you are listening on 95.7 Cruise FM this morning, quick break, a few ads, a traffic update from Pauline Higgins, traffic extraordinaire, and we'll be back. The sports update, though, brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc. Here's Trev with the update.
The Oilers look to get their first 3-game win streak of the season when they welcome in Macklin, Celebrini, and the San Jose Sharks tonight at Rogers Place. This one gets going at 7 o'clock. Be sure to tune in to the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Tom Gazzola and Benny Thompson. Coverage starts at 6. 14 other games around the NHL tonight. The Jets take a trip to Tampa to take on the Lightning. The Avalanche are in Montreal facing the Canadiens. The Flames clash with the Wild. The Maple Leafs battle the Kraken. And the Canucks go head-to-head with the Ducks. Last night in the NHL, the Senators defeat the Avalanche 5-2, who have now lost 3 of their last 4. Simon Holmstrom notched 3 points in the Islanders' 5-2 win over the Rangers. And the Jackets have won their last 3 after defeating the Flyers 5-3. In the WHL, the Oil Kings were in action last night, falling 5-2 to the Calgary Hitmen. They continue their road trip when they take on the Moose Jaw Warriors tonight. Puck drop for that one is at 7. Over to the hardcore where the Raptors got pumped 119-92 to the Knicks, snapping their 4-game win streak. They hit the hardcourt again tomorrow, taking on the Magic. 8 other games last night, including the Cavaliers smoking the Lakers 129-99, and the Spurs improving to 32-15 with a 111-99 win over the Rockets. 8 games scheduled in the association tonight. Over at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts, where the Skurlik rink fell to Manitoba 8-4, and Sturmay's rink came on top of Newfoundland and Labrador 11-6. Both teams scheduled for 2 more games later today, starting at 9 a.m. And opening round action begins at the Farmers Insurance Open, where Brooks Koepka is set to return after joining LIV back in 2022. Tee off for that one begins at 10 this morning. The sports update brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Time
8:07, a little Cappy Dennis for you. Touch me, Dave, all night long. Yeah. This is the Nielson Show, Hour 3 of the Nielson Show. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen, Lieutenant Eric, and YouTube Trev with you as well. Hour 3 brought to you by GD Liquidators, Auctions, and Appraisals. Mention EST, get 5% off anything new or used. Don't also miss their monthly online auctions, www.gdliquidators.com. Canadian-owned and operated, make them your first call. The Nielson Show, presented by Weiss Johnson. And we are coming to you live from Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen Studio as well. 3-piece bone-in chicken, spicy or non, for just $8 right now. Get it while it's hot. Text of the day, $20 to Royal Pizza is on the line. Probably going with the Bruce Boudreau wrestling. If you have any ideas for him in terms of a name and or character, we'd also take Arash Madani Incorporated as either a manager or a tag team partner. You can text those in, 780-218-9999. And one of those texts in the Paris Jewelers inbox will be awarded the Royal Pizza text of the day. Still to come in hour number 3, we'll do kind of easy trivia. Trev's wrangling up a guest right now for that. Dave's got the questions. We'll have 3 questions too many as well for Park Mazda. An orange and blue breakfast will get you set as best as we can for Oilers and Sharks later tonight down at the District of Ice. A Marvin Basis snow report and the wrap for William Huff, all still to come in hour number 3. I think I have a feeling.
What do we got?
No? Okay.
And we are undefeated still.
We are undefeated.
Unblemished, or is there a caveat?
Will came in one morning, post New Year's. It was the January 3 or 4 show. I can't remember. He come in, and we had a guy named Mike. And Mike didn't do so well. And Will had the questions. They were, it wasn't that bad.
Will is a hardened, crusty individual where his questions, put him on a tee easy.
Usually.
Yeah.
We want you to win. That's why it's called kind of easy. But Mike fumbled the ball. And there went 74-0, 75-0, or something like that. So we're on a new streak now, which started on a Monday. So it evens as we make our way through the week. It's a nice even number every. So today we're going for what, 14?
I thought it was 19.
19. That's what
here
it is.
we go,
and 20
guys.
tomorrow. See, because I was thinking 50. So, 19 today, 20 tomorrow. I'm sure we'll get it over the line. Shouldn't be hard. So who do we got on the line today?
We don't have a Mike, but we do have a Michael.
Michael.
We have a Michael. Okay.
Michael.
I don't know why I butchered that.
Michael Granlund.
Michael will be playing for Mr. Mike's gift card here. Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. New location, open now in Bonnie Doon. You can check out MrMikes.ca for more details. Or you can order online, skip the dishes, DoorDash, Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casually. Michael, welcome to the show. Have you played Kind of Easy Trivia before?
Yes, I have.
Beauty. I love it, man. You sound like you're ready to go.
All right.
You know how this goes. We'll start the ticker. After Dave reads the first question, you need 3 out of 5. Good luck, man.
All right, Michael, let's dive in. Who did the Oilers play tonight?
The Sharks.
Does Macklin Celebrini play for San Jose?
Yes.
Did Bruce Boudreau play in the NHL?
Yes.
Is Bill Belichick in the Football Hall of Fame?
Sadly, no.
Is YouTube Trev a human or AI generated?
That is still to be determined.
Yes, pressure. Holy mackerel! Again, the 2-2 pitch.
Set my hair on fire and running around in a panic.
Got him looking, and the Giants have won it all.
Is there any slapping?
Ball handling.
I am the father.
Yeah, pervert.
First and 10 at the 13. Manning comfortably from the pocket, and then wide open. Eric Decker for the touchdown.
Very impressive.
Oh, these are some sweet mitts.
And who else would it be?
Yakupov.
Grant Merson is the new man event champion.
That's impossible.
Got him looking. Green monster.
Going well so far for everyone, so hopefully we can continue.
Matt Nichols in relief of Kerry Joseph.
That's impossible.
Let's see how he deals with the pressure going downfield. He's got Stamps.
And who else would it be?
Fred Stamps behind coverage, and it's a foot race.
Not penetrating very much.
And Stamps angling to the end zone. It's a touchdown.
The fans can hardly believe what they just saw.
I don't like you either.
Dave's a killer.
There's life in the OWS. Mortified and stupefied.
Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
The Big V, 90-88 Indiana. With the slam dunk. Incomplete. It is a waste of the taxpayers' time and money.
Yakupov.
Ball good.
Slapping?
The Angels have won.
Yes.
And the Ticats fall short.
Congratulations to Michael unlocking a Club Eat Loop remix from the vault. Baptized Big Uke. Michael, more like Mike W, dropping the L and adding the W for the win.
Sure.
A nice little play on the name there.
Why
Michael,
not?
more like Eichel, Chris Gann says. Yes, 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 Abutsky says. Arthur just about had a mic drop, but he pulled through. He stuck the landing. We mentioned Kerry Strug earlier. That was more like a...
In relation to YouTube and the table split.
Yes. We've unraveled the whole thing.
Yeah.
But congratulations to Michael. He's off to Mr. Mike's. The streak continues. We go for 20-0 tomorrow morning. Just to recap, Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen. Of course, we wish Dusty good luck on his, somebody called it a boys to men trip down to Crow's Nest Pass.
Boys with a Z.
Boys to men. And good luck, Marsh, on all of your ventures. It's going to be a good I think the hockey probably takes the back seat this weekend, given the dinners.
Is this the trip where Marshall learns to drive? Where Dusty says, you know what, I think you're old enough, son. Why don't we just kind of, there's a parking lot here in, Lethbridge.
Parking lot, I think, on the highway, he just kind of scoots over and onto the lap, and away we go, right?
Yeah, let's give it a rip.
Yeah. Man the wheel. I got to make a call.
Yeah. Talk to text.
7802-899-99. Get your texts in. We got 3 questions too many right now. It's for the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer Prince LeBeau Mitch Lewicki, where he will never forget his first man trip with his dad. Park Mazda, your dealer for life. It's what got him into the car sale game. That kind of, it sprung it all. He was in the car with his dad, and they were driving on the highway, and he said, Daddy, I want to sell these when I grow up. And Daddy said, it's got to be a Mazda. And he said, I won't let you down. And now look at him.
Mazda's good cars.
Mazda's a great car. Yeah.
Hello.
If you have any questions, we can always flex one in. 3 questions too many. I've got 11. So,
okay.
But if there's a real good one that comes across the bow, I won't hesitate to kind of slide it in there.
Stay ready.
So, and good morning as well. If you're listening 95.7 Cruise FM or watching on the YouTube as well. I know we changed 200 here. Moments ago.
Variety that rocks.
Let's go for the
FM.
Let's go for the 300. Yeah, 214.
Okay.
Smash the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, Edmonton Sports Talk on YouTube if you haven't already, and follow us on the social media: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Edmonton Sports Talk,
there.
And on the X,
Blue Sky
at Yeg Sports Talk. Not there yet, but where can people follow you?
The Dave Jamieson. It's sporadically and really begrudgingly that I take part in the platform at all, but I feel like I'm missing out if I'm not checking in, and and all I do now is identify old goalies. Does anyone enjoy that as much as I do? Like, yes, that's Gilles Meloche.
I enjoy seeing you comment on them, and I like it every time.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm always impressed by that.
I like the DMs. You're a whiz with those DMs.
Oh, I love a DM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get your thoughts,
How can you reach me? DM me?
Well, based on your social media, you did have an Instagram account for albeit a brief moment, but you were down at Indian Wells.
Yes.
I remember, and that's where the Instagram kind of took off, and then it went silent again.
Yeah, and then went silent.
But your thoughts
on the
AO? Busy show. The AO. I mean, you are a tennis guy.
Yes.
No Canadian content.
No, Canadians dumped out early. Women's final is set. Rybakina and Sabalenka, and that's probably preordained.
Want,
and that's I wanted Pegula in there,
Sure.
but that's. But set that aside. These are the 2 players that probably should be where they're at, and then the 4 left on the men's. Alcaraz, Sinner, Alexander Zverev. It'd be his first major if he were to win, and that seems unlikely. And then Novak Djokovic, who's played the least amount of tennis to get to where he's at, but he's been the beneficiary of a walkover. So a player pulled out before the match even started. And then against Mazzetti was up 2 sets and had to withdraw because of an injury. So Djokovic advances by, the misfortune of others. Not to say he's not deserving, because if he were to win, and it is very unlikely, it'd be his 25th Grand Slam.
So Alcaraz, Zverev later tonight in that semi, and then tomorrow Djokovic, Sinner.
And Sinner, yes.
And these are your top dogs. I mean, there's no kind of rags to riches story here that you can...
That group, Zverev, would be on the outer ring of that. But
you're 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. So okay, then but it was a tournament that was, to my eyes, was devoid of some magic. And I don't, it's human competition, so you can't always produce sort of eye-popping moments or matches that, blow you away. And to me, the top guys have cruised. I don't think Alcaraz has dropped a set.
Yeah.
They haven't felt the pressure, which, those are the moments that you remember, right?
Yeah, and especially at a major like this, like a story to me, who's a casual observer of these majors. I mean, I'm not on the full tour, but I will glance an eye more if it's like, oh, geez, have you seen number 15 here kind of working it? And you want the best of the best, I think, in the end. But
Lerner Tien is a really, really, really promising young American player and Ben Shelton, who's been, on the rise for a few years now, didn't advance to this stage here. But, those are the guys you would hope always that there are those bubbling up.
A push.
But because the top are so good, they, don't come for the crown yet. I mean, Djokovic probably shouldn't be where he is today in this tournament, or maybe even still playing, but he is a marvel.
Yeah. And that adds to the legend of him, when you're not supposed to be doing what you're doing, and you're still doing it.
See Aaron Rodgers, on a different scale.
Does he pick up the call when Mike McCarthy phones? Hey, yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
There's still decent football in him. I mean, on some level. I mean, in the right offense.
You take it a year by year, week by week, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Question one, Trev, where can people follow you on the socials? Give it all you got here. All of it.
Socials. You want to give me a follow? You can check me out on Twitter, YouTube _Trev. See all the fun I'm always doing. I like to have fun. I'm either bowling, I'm at a bar. That's about it. The last few days.
I'm a simple man. I like bowling and I like drinking. Okay,
usually bowling, they're usually drinking, then bowling.
Yes.
So, that's YouTube _Trev, and that's also my Instagram. If you want to give it a follow, do it up.
Question number one. We'll head off with some sports here, and then get into the other stuff. Which receiver should the Elks now target heading into free agency? And maybe your answer is none, based on the conversation we had earlier. And I'll just go over. I do have the list up. 3 Down Nations provided now again. Keyshawn Johnson off of it. Mm-hmm. Tim White off of it as of last night. Number 3 is Curly Gittins Jr. Austin Mack at 4. And then, as I mentioned, you got Dom Rhymes, Dejon Brissett, Joe Robustelli, which would be interesting for me. Dalton Schoen, back-to-back ACL tears, up there in age.
I wouldn't go there.
A Tommy Neild, who a Canadian again. We saw kind of a Andy Fantuz 2.0, if you will.
Fantuz Flakes, yeah.
Yeah, Fantuz Flakes. Aiden Eberhardt, Charleston Rambo, Carrick Wheatfall, Braylon Addison, Stephen Dunbar Jr., of course, an Elk, but now hitting the market. Shamar Bridges, Jareth Stearns.
Okay, I'm going to go...
Any of those names. Arkell Smith as well. And I know Abutsky listens and watches all day. Yeah. He's loved Arkell Smith from the start. Mm-hmm. So are you bringing back one of those former Elks that would hit the market, or would you shop somewhere else? Or again, as you mentioned earlier, maybe not at all.
Well, I think you're going to want to grab somebody off that list. But again, the money, where does Ed Hervey feel the money is best spent? And, people that follow the team closer than I do, I mean, I keep a pretty close eye on it, but know best where their greatest deficiencies are. I'm going to go Gittins, and the passport wins there. And can you get them for less than you could? Although having that passport may drive up his price. Mac would be the guy.
He is the name.
The name, but I don't sense that would be the way Ed Hervey would go. Now, what is the deadline, or what is the day that they can officially? I know they can talk in the window. Yeah. When can they sign? When can
the official free agency pen hitting paper? February next week, I do believe. Maddie will be having a hangout spectacular, I think.
Right. Okay. And remember this when the Elks have a news conference and he's pulling on a green jersey.
Orca Driver texts in Austin and Joe. Austin Mack, Joe Robustelli. He says one can stretch the field, the other is a clutch receiver.
Mack would be the clutch receiver. I'm taking it, right?
Well, I think I would see him stretching the field and Robustelli being but either or could driver if you want to get specific here. Okay. There is a need for one. We asked the question of one, but perhaps 1 and 2, an A, B. Sean Bain Jr. is well released from the Riders. That could also be a name. An explosive guy, can return kicks. Georgia Satellite says Austin Mack all day, swing away Ed. Okay. Chris Gann says Dunbar is my personal favorite, but Keyshawn Johnson is my personal favorite. And that's gone as well. Rather have the Arkells at halftime than Arkell Smith for the full season. Georgia Satellite again. Abutski, stick that in your pipe and smoke it. A little bit of Arkell Smith.
Okay, that's a polarizing figure. That's a smart text.
Very good.
Yes,
very good. Canada's house band.
Arkell Trueluck. Okay, there you go.
Come see the man with the golden smile. Yeah. That was the ad. Question number 2. You can only have one: yacht or private jet.
Oh, private jet. For me, I mean, to me, it would seem more useful and something that I would.
I know we're in a landlocked province, so it's kind of like, well,
right. Can I get out of wherever I am quickly? And I would suggest that a plane would do that more than the yacht.
Now, a plane, you go really high in the air.
Yes,
which if you heights, I mean, that's some people don't like the flying.
I'm fine with that.
The maintenance, it's always running. I would assume your PJ's always kind of on the tarmac humming, like you got to. It's always going.
You're in the go position.
Jet off at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Trev, yacht or private jet? Which would you prefer if you could only have one? Because I think the yacht too. Those things get huge. And you go to the international waters, and you can really start you can do whatever you want to do.
Well, yes, I know.
That's
Let
tough
your mind wander.
Because, I mean, you can go anywhere with both. My 2 biggest fears in life: I hate flying more than anything.
Really,
but also the ocean just scares me.
They both have a frightening.
I'm scared by not seeing what's under me. That just terrifies me. But I also love fishing. So you know what? And I like the yacht. It's bigger. I could probably, I'll go with the yacht. That's
You're truly frightened of flying, which I have a dear friend who worked his way. It took him many years to get over that. But you are like you would if I said, Trev, we've got tickets to whatever in Vancouver tonight. You would go, ooh, I don't think I can make that.
Yeah, it's something I definitely have to think about. It's weird. I need to see what's going on in the cockpit because my buddy, when I first moved here, I met him bartending, awesome guy, and he took me around the city. We flew around Edmonton for like an hour, and it was awesome. And then he gave me the wheel or whatever it is. I think it's a wheel. Let's just say that.
Sure.
So I'm steering this bad boy for at least 30 seconds. I'm flying a plane. I'm like, this isn't that bad. This is pretty cool. Man, I'm so good at this.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't mind that. I was not scared at all. Like seeing him be like, okay, he's talking to people. I'm like, so everything's good right now? He's like, yeah, everything's fine. We're sailing right now. Look at where we are. Enjoy this. I'm like, yeah. But when I'm in the plane, I have no idea what's going on in the cockpit. Are they tired? Are they fine? Do they have their, 8 hours of sleep? Have they been drinking? That's what goes on in my mind.
I like how our minds have immediately gone to not what you would prefer, but what poses the least amount of danger in the event of a seismic, because again, the jet, you're up there, like you mentioned, you're up in the air, like unless you have a parachute.
Yeah, and you know what? That should be mandatory. Yacht, I will say that should be mandatory.
But if you're in a yacht, the yacht starts sinking.
Never occurred to me to think of the danger given these two choices.
I know.
I'm thinking,
but a yacht sinking, you have time, and you've probably got a dinghy or when a ship sinks, it's not like you're not.
Yeah,
falling out of the air at breakneck speed.
Well, there is some scrambling about, yes.
Yeah, but you've got it's starting to sink, and now so you got time to kind of gather your belongings as opposed to like a plane.
Yeah,
I don't like this. Is kind of this
but
led
I
to
think
it.
I'd relax.
Bleak.
I would
You've
be
presented a bleak scenario.
Very bleak.
Here.
Yeah, I just what you would like to enjoy your time on that.
That's where I went.
Yeah.
What would bring me pleasure? Not, oh, Dave, you've got two choices to die: fiery death or death by drowning, or I'm taken under by a mako shark.
Yeah. Well, I'd be way more relaxed on the yacht, and I'd like to tan.
So, yeah.
I can tan on a yacht.
You can
tan
stretch
on
out.
A plane.
Yeah. I know Dex texts in about the international waters. That's to me what puts it over the line. I think you can pull into whatever port, Cyprus or whatever, and then just you can stay there, and then you can go and you can. I mean, the sea is such a vast.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
You can go anywhere.
And if you got a mega yacht, like there's no place you can't go.
Yeah.
See, now that you've taken us in this down this dark channel, if you will, I think of that movie. You know, I'm the captain now, and so
You
know, the boat, Captain Phillips, and the boat being taken over, and all of a sudden I'm at gunpoint. Like, how did it get to that?
That's terrifying. That movie is but like that whole idea of like you can't do anything.
Pirates don't scare me.
Pirates don't scare.
They don't?
Well,
no.
Okay. So this I don't understand.
If I have a yacht, I'd be like, good luck getting up here.
Well, that's what.
But they are skilled.
And there's the water jet guns that they use.
They tried. Forrest Gump tried. They had all the thing, and then they found a way.
Yeah.
But
they often do.
Once they got on that boat, you're like, oh, this sucks.
This
like you can't
good.
do anything.
They get a fast yacht. Well, that's why my yacht would come with a helicopter.
Some
of them do.
There's the escape hatch.
You've got a jet landing, and you can do both.
That's when I grab my jetpack.
I have a helicopter.
Bastardized the question
when I grab
here.
my jetpack.
Martin says Jamo would put the Minnesota Vikings yacht party to shame if he had a yacht on Sylvan Lake.
Okay. Yes, there's the Minnesota Vikings.
Sure.
The Cowboys' White House. How about, remember that New York Giants famous photo of them? Were they on a bye week and everyone was on a yacht, shirtless? There's Odell Beckham, and it was the famous photo. And then I think it was like, this is why the Giants suck.
It looks like they're a pop group or a rap clan, It's very. It's got a lot of drip to it.
Oh,
it's got a lot of drip and aura to it.
Sure.
Victor Cruz. I'm looking at a trip to Miami. Odell Beckham involved. Yeah.
But I think they took a little, like remember in the Last Dance, and Rodman says, "Look, I just needed a little me time."
Sure.
And I needed to cut out to Vegas for 24 hours or whatever.
Go
it was.
off the grid.
Yeah, go off the yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the Viking party.
If you have a yacht, you have security. Jasmine says, "Yeah, you do." But I mean, it's not always. I mean, look, security can be. It's not ironclad. Yeah, it can be breached.
Yeah.
Have your say. Yacht or private jet? What would you prefer? And in an enjoyable way, not which one would you least rather perish on?
Right. Yeah. Thank you, Trev.
I love how he organically went that route. It's kind of telling. Question number 3. If you could combine 2 services or businesses under one roof, what would they be? The United States is famous for Crazy Kyle's gun shop and daycare, or you know what I mean.
I see where you're going. Okay.
So a one-stop shop for you, whether it's maybe a food in a
trying to think of my passions. You guys go for. I need to think about this. I didn't know where you were going.
Yeah, I
thought it was going to be in
question.
Like a quick serve, restaurant. Yeah. You can get this over
Are
here.
Are you happy?
And that
Yes
over
or
here.
no? 780-218-9999. What 2 businesses or services under one roof, if you could combine, what would they be?
Do you have one, LT?
God,
I'm just asking the question.
But do you have one?
Well, I've always and I'm not on the pot. I'm.
Yeah,
But I always thought with the legalization of marijuana would come,
which was going to save us.
Well, I went to Amsterdam in 2008, and I went to the famous Bulldog Cafe.
Yes,
where you could purchase marijuana, and then they would also. And here's a funny thought:
serve you coffee,
serve you food and/or coffee. I mean, it's
who would have thought?
So I don't know what the legalities of that, and you kind of need to get that going here. But I mean, everybody knows when you have you naturally get hungry.
Puff a party of tragedy.
Munchies.
Sure, munchies. So, I mean, why wouldn't you make some money in serving food? I mean, it's like shooting fish in a barrel at that point. You'd be rolling in the cash.
You cannot do that here, right? Because we have dispensaries and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
but I mean, why not? A cafe. I mean, you can... Remember the internet cafes? You could go online and then have a coffee and or a panini or whatever.
Right.
I just think we have to fast track that because what are we really doing here if you're not combining those 2?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of 2 things that I would use regularly. I mean, you can get sort of ridiculous with this, right?
You can go a lot of places, and that's why it's a question. You'll wake up in the middle of the night being like, I got it. But
2 businesses. So services.
Well, Sobe Kirk says, bring back the drive-through liquor store with the gas station. You pull up to the pump, order 50 liters of gas in a 12-pack, and they throw it in your car. So like a Domo, and they jump to the pump, but also...
Right.
Yeah.
And, you need 12 of the Lucky Lager? Yes, I do.
Big Dave says, workwear and tools should be sold in the same building.
Are they not?
Well, the apparel and everything, but also a tool.
Just like that would seem like that's...
A one-stop shop.
A one-stop shop of two things that...
Nash in Whitecourt says, a home sense with a sports bar in it. I think most places your significant other wants to go, sports bar in it. Blank and sports bar in it.
You go over there...
Through the beaded curtain and
look at...
I'll grab you when we're
pillows
ready.
and scented candles. I'll be over here tossing one back watching arena football. Yeah, okay.
Sounds like heaven.
Right.
That'd be good.
That is a heavenly image I've created.
Yeah.
Somebody brings up that famous, I think it's a TikToker, Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage. That's one of those American ones. The guy was like advertising. He's like, come in for some chicken and we'll rub your feet. And you know, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Something maybe they don't belong together, but
right.
Yeah, going down on some Popeyes and getting your feet rubbed. Heaven on earth.
Did not quite know where you were headed.
Rip City Step involving the sponsors, Wayne's Sports Cards and the Italian Center. I will say, Rip City.
That's
well, the good people at Wayne's, they are next door neighbors now.
Yes.
But they do have that outdoor kind of cafe spot.
So there could be some merging.
I don't want to give too much away, but I know Nikki from Wayne's has been toying around with an idea of because why not? You're right there. It's a great little area and
could step outside and maybe have a little something and then
crack
look at
a pack
your
with
cards.
an espresso and watch the day go by.
Like they do in Italy.
Have a nap?
Yes. Midday. Midday, go in, pick up an Italian League pack, crack it.
A lot of massage parlor texts flying in.
I bet there are. I somehow, knowing the nasties as I do, and I'm not here all the time, I kind of thought they would gravitate towards that.
Atif says a sauna and bakery together.
Okay. Well, I've recently gone back to doing floats.
Yes.
The sensory deprivation tanks, which are great. I just love doing it. I'm trying to think what you would do there that I could float and some other thing that I would be doing at the same time. I can't eat.
You can't
have
really
food in
do
the
much.
tank.
Yeah. Well,
No,
maybe
but
a massage. While you're floating, somebody's rubbing your feet. Or maybe they have those small fish in the tank that eat away at your scabs and scars.
Right.
Right? And
a VR, you have a virtual reality headset on.
Okay.
It takes you to a place you've never been
you can
before.
game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great Wall of China.
Well, I've been there.
Oh.
Yes, I've actually been on the Great Wall. I know we haven't talked about my travels. Yes, I've been up a pyramid on the inside.
That's so cool.
Yeah, when I went to went to Cairo. Yes, on the inside.
That's
I think I
fascinating
might
to
have
me.
pulled hamstring going up there. I seem to recall limping around a bit in Cairo.
VR Montenegro says pet shop and taxidermy all under one roof.
Oh, from birth to death.
From
the whole spectrum of the animal existence.
And Kyle the Embalmer says cheap food in Rogers Place.
I know I can't vote, but if I could, I would give that text of the day. That seems to have come from
Kyle the Embalmer texted in right now, and you could be going to Little Pizza.
Coming, in horse racing terms, from the outside.
Yeah, Bobby LaFrench says mushroom dispensary and float therapy. Maybe that's maybe we found what we're looking for there.
Might have known my upbringing in Vancouver.
Lucas
that
says
has happened.
Sensory deprivation tank and ice cream float shop.
Well, and I could maybe have it piped in through a hose of some
tube,
description and fed. Sort of
I think you
like
just give a wave when you've had enough.
Yeah, they just drop it in, and then I go, good, and then okay.
Yeah, and we can stop with the massage parlor texts.
Yes,
keep them coming if you want. 780-218-9990.
I just don't see them going anywhere that's good for our broadcast license.
Yeah, we're on the FM now. 95.7 Cruise FM. If you're listening
Friday
this
the
morning, we'll take a quick break here. Another traffic update from Pauline Higgins. And we'll be back.
By the way,
she's traffic extraordinaire.
Yep.
So if you are listening on the FM 95.7 Cruise, quick break. We'll have a sports update here from YouTube, Trev. If you are watching or listening on the iHeart TuneIn radio app or the source EdmontonSportsTalk.com, you'll get a sports update here from Trev. We'll be back. We'll set up the Oilers and Sharks quickly here with an orange and blue breakfast. Marmot Basin Snow Report and the wrap for William Huff all still to come. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen. Lieutenant Eric here with you as well. It is the Nielsen Show, presented by Weiss Johnson on Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta.
The Edmonton Oilers will look to put together their first 3-game win streak of the season tonight as they welcome in Macklin Celebrini and the San Jose Sharks at Rogers Place. Puck drop is set for 7. Be sure to tune in to the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Tom Gazzola and Benny Thompson with coverage beginning at 6. It's a busy night around the NHL with 14 other games on the schedule. The Jets are in Tampa to face the Lightning. The Avalanche visit Montreal to take on the Canadiens. The Flames battle the Wild. The Maple Leafs clash with the Kraken, and the Canucks go head-to-head with the Ducks. From last night's NHL action, the Senators took down the Avalanche 5-2, handing Colorado their 3rd loss in their last 4 games. Simon Holmstrom recorded 3 points as the Islanders beat the Rangers 5-2, while the Blue Jackets extended their winning streak to 3 with a 5-3 win over the Flyers. In the WHL, the Oil Kings fell 5-2 to the Calgary Hitmen last night. They continue their road trip against the Moose Jaw Warriors with puck drop also set for 7 tonight. On the hardwood, the Raptors saw their 4-game win streak snapped after a 119-92 loss to the Knicks. They return to action tomorrow against the Magic. Elsewhere in the NBA, the Cavaliers dominated the Lakers 129-99, and the Spurs improved to 32-15 with a 111-99 win over the Rockets. There are 8 games on the NBA schedule tonight. Over at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts, where both Alberta teams are in action right now, Team Skurlik is currently up on Newfoundland and Labrador 6-1 through 5, and Sturmay's rink is up 3-1 on New Brunswick after 4. An opening round action begins at the Farmers Insurance Open, where Brooks Koepka is set to return after joining LIV back in 2022. Tee-off begins at 10 this morning. I'm YouTube Trev. You're up to date.
Mommy!
We just were trying to use our eyes. Using our eyes.
Daddy!
Goes back to using our eyes.
Mommy! Daddy!
Using our eyes. We're not worried about trade deadlines.
You can see it in his eyes.
We just tried to use our eyes.
I've got a relationship with Woody that goes back to 2005 when Mike Babcock hired him as a video coach for the Detroit Red Wings.
I could see it in her eyes.
You know when Connor's hungry, you can see it in his eyes.
Eyes?
You can see it in his eyes.
We just were trying to use our eyes.
You got snake eyes.
Horse eyes.
Dialed in.
I'm telling you, this is absolutely incredible.
And get on with the training.
Vincent.
Eyes. Eyes. We just tried to use our eyes.
The Hungry Eyes Jay Woodcroft remix here as Hour 3 of the Nielsen Show continues on Edmonton Sports Talk. Nielsen Show presented by Weiss Johnson, EST presented by Play Alberta. And Hour 3 brought to you by GD Liquidators, Auctions and Appraisals. Mention EST. Get 5% off anything new or used. Don't miss their monthly online auctions, www.gdliquidators.com. Canadian owned and operated. Make them your first call. Dave Jamieson here with you
Wearing
in
a hat.
place. Look at that hat.
Because
Hey,
it's funny.
The Rat King.
Yeah, that's funny.
I don't know where that came from, but
Yeah,
it seems like a hello
found-
hockey thing.
Oh, is it a hello?
Those boys are always up to something. Belsy
yeah.
and
They got
Gaz.
lots of merch, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. No, maybe it's a peg, not a gift. David Pagnotta. Lieutenant Eric with you as well. Dusty Nielsen off for the remainder of the week. He's down south for Marshall's hockey tournament. We wish him well on this boys to men trip and YouTube Trev you heard there in the sports update. Coming up, a Marmot Basin Snow Report and the wrap for William Huff. But let's dive into this Sharks-Oilers affair tonight. The first of 4 meetings between these two clubs.
Bitter Pacific Division rivals.
Hey, what do they call it? A 4-point night?
It's a 4-pointer.
Or
no, it's a 4-pointer.
Could be 3 points. With the NHL,
not this.
You do get rewarded sometimes for losing in this league.
Yes, you do.
Right? I mean,
yes.
We'd be remiss in not mentioning that.
Everyone's a winner, baby.
Oilers Sharks tonight, just going over, looking at the lineups as they stand this morning. For the visiting Sharks, and we had Reid Wilkins on earlier, goes without saying, Macklin, Celebrini. Look, when you're talking about value to a team, not outstanding like they do in the CFL, but strict value. His points, I mean, he's sitting at, what was it here? I had the numbers in front of me. His point total stands right now through 51 games. 78. Will Smith has played 38 games. He's got 36. Wenberg has also played 51. He's sitting on 35. If you're talking about value to a team and you're taking off that 78 points, I don't know where the Sharks would be right now. So outstanding value Macklin Celebrini is providing. And as Reid also mentioned, really picking up the man's game early on in his career.
And this sounds obvious, but if you are a listener, fan, and you have not tied yourself to a team. So imagine, Eric, you are casting about.
I have a Sharks jersey at home, a black one.
Would not be untrue or incorrect to say you might want to get in on the Shark thing now.
Get in on the teal. The Ducks too are exciting. We saw them the other night. Yep. I mean, the Pacific now is kind of before our eyes, maybe taking another look as the future unfolds here. So you'll see Celebrini tonight between Will Smith and Colin Graff. Wenberg between Toffoli and Regenda. Misa between Gaudette and Eklund. And Ostapchuk, Reeves, and Barclay Goudreau on your fourth line. Pairings, we welcome back John Klingberg. He's with Dmitry Orlov, Ferrero, and Liljegren. And Vinny.
Get the video? Does he get the video, the welcome back?
Does he have the Kleenex provided like LeBron last night in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Klingberg just gets full of emotion and just breaks down, sobbing.
And the bench comes together to just kind of
both benches.
Steady him.
Yeah.
They all come over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Desharnais as well, the third pairing with Sam Dickinson.
He gets the video.
Nedeljkovic and Askarov, the goaltenders for the visiting Sharks. For the Oilers, as it stands, McDavid, Nuge, Hyman, Draisaitl, Kapanen, and Podkolzin. Josh Szymanski. Hopefully we get more of a look at him tonight as well. Came close to getting a goal, albeit wasn't registered as a shot, cleared off the line the other night. But Szymanski centers Savoy and Roslovic, and Lazar, Janmark, and Frederick, your fourth. Ekholm, Bouchard, the hat-trick heroes. Nurse, Woolman, Stastny, Emberson. Jari tonight, Ingram tonight. Jari tonight, Ingram tonight. Thoughts on that, Trev, in terms of goaltending? Is it still juggling duties here, or are you going back to Tristan? Not what you think they'll do, but what would you do?
What would I do?
Yes. So you're behind the bench. You're drawing up the lineup card. Who are you calling?
Who am I calling? I would go. You know what? I think I'd bring it back to Ingram. Bring it back to Ingram. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah.
Like he had. I don't think that the pulling of him was necessary.
No.
In the last game. And Knobloch even touched on it. We didn't really touch on this though, but he said he was like, I didn't see the Stastny deflection like going in. Like he's like, I didn't see that. I thought.
So he made the call based on what he thought.
He was like, I thought it went straight in, and after looking at it, if I knew that, what I knew now, or what I know now, I wouldn't have made the call. Yeah. So, I'd throw in Ingram. In Ingram, we trust. I think he's been awesome. His stats kind of prove that, and just the eye test as well. The team really looks good in front of him as well. So, yeah, I'd go with Ingram.
Jari was sparkling in that third period in the last game.
Against Anaheim,
yeah. He was...
Ducks were pouring it on there. And
really good. But for me, I'm with you. I'd go Ingram, keeping in mind Jari and health.
Yeah.
That's, and not that he's fragile, but I think that has to factor in how you deploy him.
Yeah, and it's a good look now where we've talked about this goaltending tandem is you're not putting in whoever's not playing the worst, but you're also looking at it from Tristan Jarry's injury history and not having to rely on somebody who you may not have trusted. Both of these guys are competing now, and it's good to see that positive competition. And I don't think you can really make a wrong move, albeit it's just personal preference. And again, you mentioned just keeping Jarry the reps at a minimum. Sharks that we won't see tonight as of this morning, Makamadulin, Kurashev, Delandria, and Kiefer Sherwood. For the Oilers, pretty basic. Matthias Ekholm listed here as day-to-day, and Adam Henrique on the IR as well. This, of course, courtesy Daily Faceoff, which I'm sure we'll get more info as the morning goes out with the skates and the lines, and Reid will be down there and all that good stuff. So we await to see. But any changes to the lineup, YouTube, Trev, that you would see this team making? I mean, they did get the win the other night. Everything seems pretty elementary. I'm excited for Josh Szymanski. I like seeing more of Szymanski. More Szymanski.
Yeah, that would be
the table, saying more
Szymanski. He's an Olympian. He will be an Olympian.
I mean, that would be my only change in the lineup. Is just lineup like time on ice for certain lines.
Yeah,
like,
you're not putting Monge back in, are you?
No, I'm steering clear from that.
He's a
guy.
big Mangiapane fan.
Oh, are you really?
No.
So you're the guy.
No, can't stand him.
You're
I
the
think
guy.
he is exactly what your hat says. He is the Rat King. He's a fraud. I was never big on this guy.
Whoa. There, pump the brakes there.
No.
He is wherever you're from.
I don't like him. As a player, he was my most hated player.
When he was with the Flames, or just
in the NHL, not even close. Can't stand the guy.
Okay.
So I do not. I'm against Mangiapane again put in the lineup. I mean, you're not really going to change. Like, what are you going to do? They brought up Szymanski to play the 3C role. Obviously, they didn't really like what they were seeing with Roslovic. So, yeah, I mean,
and Lazar, Frederick, Janmark, fourth line.
Yeah,
I don't feel the need to inject a Monge in there either.
I think the Sharks are asking themselves, how do we shut down Matthias Ekholm? I mean, you can't control him or shut him down completely. You just have to try and contain him.
Which defenseman gets the hat trick tonight?
That should have been
Big U
a poll question.
Jake Wallman?
Jake Wallman's probably the...
Who's next? D?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'm going for Ty Emberson, personally. Jasmine says it's South Asian night at Rogers, and Big Uke says Oilers are 4-0 on South Asian nights in the past. I can't confirm whether or not that record is legit, or whether or not Big Uke is just having a poll here, but that's something to...
Somebody somewhere.
These are the betting questions where you look at those inside numbers and you say, we'll take a flyer tonight.
Yes.
Key to a victory tonight, boys. What do you got? Once again, first look at the Sharks in town. They are young. They are fun.
Yep.
I mean,
House
obviously,
money, they're just loose and fast.
It might be an easy answer, but I'm just going to say it. We can all agree and say it maybe at once if we all want to. Shutting down Macklin Celebrini or keeping him at bay,
yes,
will go a long way in getting a dub tonight. I know the Oilers are top heavy, but
the almost mythical third straight win.
You know, if they get it tomorrow without Dustin here in the studio and we're coming in on a Friday, might have to do the show topless. One of those shirtless shows, that we've done.
You've done a shirtless show? Was Dusty
a couple.
Shirtless?
No, I think Gager was here once. Jay Milne. Me and Jay Milne were both topless. Yeah.
For the first hour.
It would just cause celebration, I think. 3-game heater. Firehouse subs, firing up that again. Friday, feeling good. Heading into a big Saturday night tilt with the Wild. You've taken care of 2 divisional foes throughout the week, slayed them.
Bonspiel coming up.
Fun spiel Saturday. It's all happening. So, if they get it over the line tonight, get that 3 without Dustin here. I told him if they get 3, if they get 3 in a row and they're on a streak, he can't return. You'll just have to keep coming in until they lose.
We'll just have to keep doing Sens games.
Who's the regular? Because we can't watch those games.
I've asked this and nobody seems to know. Ottawa is the team, and I know Ian Mendez, their head of...
Yeah. Noodles does the color.
Does the color. Does Claire Hanna work on their broadcast?
Probably.
Or is that Lindsay Hamilton? I can't remember. I know there's always a Bruce Garriock involved.
Yeah, he's always
somewhere.
lurking around, yeah.
But Ottawa is a team that, and I should know them intimately because they are in Canada, but I can get lost with them.
They are the one that you don't love, but you also don't hate. And if you were going to pick a second Canadian, some people would say the Jets, but there is a bit of a historic rivalry there with the. So the Senators are just there; they're hanging out. You don't. I mean, you
don't dislike them.
You kind of some days wake up and say, "Oh yeah, they are an organization. They are."
Well, they knocked off Colorado last night.
Yeah. Well,
is this where the Cinderella story ends for the Avalanche?
And begins for the Ottawa Senators.
Right.
That's your orange and blue breakfast for GCL Diesel. Once again, Tom Gazzola will be back 6 o'clock. He'll be on the Hangout this morning. No, he won't be on the Hangout.
Wouldn't he
it's
be at the rink?
Maddie and the gals. Gazzola's at the rink, but Gazzola has your GCL Diesel pregame show tonight, 6 o'clock, immediately following the Reid Wilkins show with Jason Milne here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Hangout is coming up next. Quinn Phillips in the house. She's got her Oiler friend from Reno, Nevada, Allison. She'll be hanging out. Maddie as well, and I do believe Jasmine's in today. It might just be the 3, it might be 4, but Maddie and the gals will be taking you on the Hangout, looking to see, discussing if the Oilers can make it 3 in a row. Obviously, after the Hangout, you got the Lock Shop. You got 2 guys and a goalie coming up as well later today. 1 to 3 EST afternoons with Hernan and Joaquin Gage, and Reid Wilkins show 3 to 6 here. If you are listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, the Sports Talk does continue throughout the day, just not on the FM dial. Head to edmontonsportstalk.com, iHeart, TuneIn radio apps, or watch it all with the visual accompaniment on YouTube. Let's get to a Marmot Basin snow report quickly ahead of the wrap for William Huff. A bed of your choice, Trev. You can go to the regular one that we would use, or... Yeah. Jasper, January is here up at Marmot. January 17th to Feb 1, so we're right smack dab in the middle of it here. Final weekend getting underway. Should be pretty good weather. Excellent snowfall and conditions up at Marmot. Once again, reminder, kids ski free Monday to Friday all season long. Ski with Jasper the Bear. That's happening during Jasper in January. As well, the Marmot Basin Retro Party. That goes Saturday, 12 to 3 mid-mountain. And they do got some Winter Olympics trivia coming up Feb 7. Also mid-mountain, noon to 3. So more information, skimarmot.com is where you can find it all. All laid out very good for you. Great deals, great conditions up at Marmot and Jasper. Get up there, give them some support, and tell them EST sent you. And you'll guarantee to have a good time. Haven't been up there since the fires still yet. Haven't carved out a little time. The wife and I always used to go stop at Folding Mountain for a little brew before the park gates, and get in there. But I'm gonna have maybe the spring. We'll be calling.
Remarkable to see places when they go through something like that. It's devastating to reemerge.
Much like a forest when that happens, and you get the regeneration. So go out there and support the Marmot and the town of Jasper. And tell me EST sent you. Let's get into the wrap right now for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, WilliamHuff.com, in business since 1952. So you know they are incredible at what they do, WilliamHuff.com. Gentlemen, what did we learn on the show this morning? Did you pull away anything of knowledge? I know Bruce Boudreau. Did you hear back from him? Like, at this point, I just hope he's okay.
I learned that I need to send the link earlier, because that's what he told me.
So
I'm out of town. I'll need it a little earlier next time.
Because he's not a tech guy.
It's funny. I actually stayed the night here this morning. Like, I slept over here.
Why?
Because the new nasal medicine that I'm on.
You're a little drowsy?
It makes me drowsy. And I also couldn't sleep last night for whatever reason. So
why didn't you come over?
So I was scared. I was
I've told you, I have a spare room in a bed.
I've learned that. That's what I just learned. Trev is fearful of flying, pretty much everything in life.
Yeah. Very scared.
Yes.
He's a yacht
scared
boy.
young man.
But it's funny. He said that, but I actually sent the link. I've never sent him the link this early, ever, before. I sent him at 4:50 a.m.
So he's complaining he didn't get it in time?
Yeah.
And you sent it earlier than you ever have. There's a gap in communication here.
So that's why the Canucks let him go.
So I laughed at that.
That's why.
Wow.
Yeah. I learned that Jamo has been to the Great Wall of China.
Yes.
And you've been on it?
I've been.
You haven't just been outside
of it.
I didn't just
look at it from a bus. Got out and walked it, and
the whole thing.
And no, the whole thing.
Wouldn't that be something, eh?
Like Genghis Khan or whoever, whatever. Yeah. No. But yes,
you Mongol.
Yeah. Yes. Traveled extensively back.
Why did you stay here? As I said, I'm down the road. I got that spare room. It's got your name on it.
Well, because it was I couldn't fall asleep last night for whatever reason, and so I knew that when I did fall asleep, it was going to be tough to wake up.
You're wired for success.
I got here at 1:15 in the morning.
Oh, okay. So you didn't stay from yesterday, you didn't order in supper and
no.
Okay,
and then you went next door to the club and
those messages are flying in the nasty chat.
What a night
on cue. Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
what a night it was.
Yeah, you've cleaned up good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Still kind of get
a little bit
of a scent. Let's get to your text of the day. It's for Royal Pizza. Royal Pizza still making it great. Various locations in and around Edmonton as well. royalpizza.ca, 14 locations to be exact. Top-notch service for over 55 years. You mentioned the Mediterranean.
I go
mushroom.
Mushroom, green pepper, and now I've moved from pepperoni. I've slid over to the ham. Just to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, little ham. Nothing wrong with the ham.
No, not at all.
Get their wings and don't rest on their pastas as well. It's a great kitchen there. I even had the soup. I told Dustin one time we dined in. I said, soup starter. I said, sure. It was delicious. Lick the bowl clean. Text of the day today is going to, and I had this written down here. Rumors flying Bruce is actually in the Royal Rumble this year, and that's why he didn't join us. He's on his way in his private jet to Saudi Arabia. He'll be featured in the Royal Rumble, and that spurred on the conversation of wrestling names for Bruce Boudreau. So that text kind of kicked it off. It was very nice. Unsigned text. So I'll be giving you a call, and you'll be off to Royal Pizza, courtesy the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. We still have a couple minutes for Sound of the Day. This has been on heavy rotation today. Do I want to play that? Or yeah, let's do it. It's the Hungry Eyes Jay Woodcroft remix.
Mommy.
We just were trying to use our eyes. Using our eyes.
Daddy.
Goes back to using our eyes.
Mommy. Daddy.
Using our eyes. We're not worried about trade deadlines.
You can see it in his eyes.
We just tried to use our eyes.
I've got a relationship with Woody that goes back to 2005 when Mike Babcock hired him as a video coach for the Detroit Red Wings.
I could see it in her eyes.
You know when Connor's hungry, you can see it in his eyes.
Eyes?
You can see it in his eyes.
We just were trying to use our eyes.
You got snake eyes.
Horse eyes.
Dialed in.
I'm telling you, this is absolutely incredible.
And get on with the training.
Vincent.
Eyes. Eyes. We just tried to use our eyes.
Yeah, there you go. That's your sound of the day. All Nielson Show original songs are brought to you by Totem Outdoor Outfitters. Dave Jamieson gets his skates sharpened there.
Yes.
That's what we've been saying. That you're part of the tagline now.
Yep.
Family Store takes pride in finding the right fit for you. Visit them 7430 99th Street or online www.totemoutfitters.ca. What are we watching tonight, boys? Pretty elementary. Sharks Oilers. Busy night around the NHL as well. And of course, final day, Scotty's Tournament Hearts round robin. I do believe there's some games, Alberta, on the Pebble this morning. You've been providing us updates, but be watching that as well.
I'll wander over to some Australian Open and see what's banging over there.
And tonight is the with the men's semi-final, Zverev and Alcaraz, correct?
And you know what? And this is, I understand Australia is a long way away. It's the one tournament that I desperately want to watch all of it, but because of the time difference.
Yeah.
Just kind of messes them
up. But I do like it it's much like the early PGA Tour where you're kind of it's winter here, it's cold, but then you're looking at these nice, beautiful.
Right.
Yeah,
yes.
Gets me going.
It's hopeful.
Yeah.
It's
Thanks
hopeful.
for everyone listening, putting up with me and Dave Jamieson. What a treat! You'll be back tomorrow.
Thank you, my friend.
It's going to be great for YouTube. Trev, Jamo, and myself. 95.7 Cruises FM. We're getting back to music. Dusty always likes to tee up.
Yeah.
We got a little Goo Goo Dolls slide.
Oh, of course.
Why won't you slide? So that's coming up, 95.7 Cruise FM. Hangout coming up next. If you want to pop on over, YouTube, iHeart, TuneIn radio apps, and EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Thank you to Reid Wilkins and Bruce Boudreau for trying to join us today. We'll be back tomorrow, Friday. Chris Johnson, Mike Garofolo, and more. That does it. Hangout's coming up next. Keep it on YouTube, the autoplay, all that good stuff. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Love you.